listen. Hey, listen. Hey,
All right.
hey,
Please no.
listen.
Watch out!
I swear to God.
Hello, guys, gals, non-binary pals. Hello and welcome to another episode of Exiley Regalia. I am your humble dumble master, as always, the one and only Pudding Pastry is a Tart, joined by my crew of intrepid adventurers. We have the CGs, the Joe Mojos, the J Frost 747s, and the Wicked River 97s. We are missing one tonight. We are missing a dear punkyard dog, who stated that they will quote. Hold on, what did they say exactly? They said probably will be late, and then might miss. Might being in italics. So we're going to proceed. I have not heard from them since then. I pinged them to see if they would be joining us tonight, and I have not heard. But we're going to be proceeding as if they, with the presumption that they are going to attend at some point. Yes. But, friends, it's time to get into it. Let's go ahead and do our test rolls. In the meantime, I'm going to find some music.
Go dice roll.
I know we spent quite a bit of inspiration last session. So now it's the time to try to get back.
17.
You know, it would help if I actually joined the fucking game.
That would help, yes. It certainly would.
Tree.
That many. Okay. Kind of skipping over, well, not necessarily skipping over, but for the sake of brevity, kind of just touching on what we did last time. So last time, you guys met back up with all your allies, as well as a new ally in Flint Orion's spy master, a black dragonborn known by the name of Rycidius, who began to kind of lay out all the information that him and his had acquired during the last couple days during the scouting section, or the scouting phase of your assault, your plan for the assault on the city of Paradigm. You guys began some above game discussion about how you wanted to proceed with the information provided, what teams you wanted to build, what objectives you wanted to complete, and we were unable to finish that conversation. It went a bit long, and unfortunately we tried to get together sometime during the course of this week to try to finish that conversation, but due to unforeseen circumstances we were unable to do so. So we are going to finish that conversation tonight. So I'm going to just kind of immediately throw it to y'all. So kind of just going back over what I have presented before me. You guys have set and locked in 3 teams. A home team being comprised of the Akodea, Adam Acosta, Drew Iota, and the Animus Sanctum. You've got a civilian team with Cassius and the Evergreen Forces and Drua Ashanari. And then you have your team locked in with Cedric and Nexus. You guys had set, but not locked in, the Army Suppression with Canthmore and the Obsidian Province Forces, Adriel Zeros with the Iron Dominion Forces. You had also locked in the Stop Project Returnal with Esmeralda, Ball and Fallweather, and the Iron Covenant, as well as Nicholas. You had set, but not locked in, the Infiltration and Sabotage team as Fangs, Kieran, and Amos. You had set, but not locked in, the Orion Deterrent with Reno, Rose, and Sindri. And you guys were discussing... this is where we left off. You guys were disgusting? You guys were disgusting! Gross!
Gross!
Get that out of your mouth! Drop it! You guys were discussing if you wanted a Bell team, a Prison team, and a Central Spire team. Again, that is just presenting the notes that I have from last session to kind of help cover our bases. You had possibly thrown out the idea of Garrett attending the prison team, and you have since last session decided that Sarah should be on the prison team. That is what I have before me.
Which I think probably locks in releasing the prisoners as an objective.
Okay. Heard. So, how about we touch on that first? So, you guys know that not only is there this one high-value prisoner that has got the cult kind of shaking in their boots a little bit, seems to be very high priority. You guys are diverting a team to try and release not only this prisoner, but any other possible prisoners that may be under the claws of the cult. You know, for example, that Rycidius said that one of his men had gone missing while investigating a lead on some individual known as Asha.
That's true.
That he was nearing a breakthrough and then went dark. Provided that he's not dead, chances are he would be locked in the dungeons in the labyrinth.
Okay. Another point for going and releasing the prisoners, then. Still don't know what to think about this Asha character.
You guys were also, not really, somewhat relating to the efforts going on, but a conversation that does need to be had is that you guys are debating on whether or not you want to seek out a teleportation circle laying somewhere within the confines, within the city limits of Dragon's Reach. One that you can presume leads to the teleportation hub in Castle Dawnstone within the city of Paradigm, because you know that there's a teleportation hub that has a circle linking to Dragon's Reach. You previously had found a teleportation circle with the assistance of your friend Corvo Blackwell. Could be a lead, but that is a conversation for later. In regards to the prison team, kind of touching back on that, you guys had a little bit of discussion in the War Room text chat that we have in our Discord.
Yes. I think Sarah is definitely a good pick for the prisoners, because not only is there stealthing involved, though I don't think... Once we get down to the prison area, I imagine stealth's kind of out the window, but having someone with dedicated lockpicking skills to deal with chains, probably a good idea. Especially because we got those skeleton keys.
I absolutely agree.
Mm-hmm.
It also should be worth mentioning, with Twitch having been spent throughout the course of this, throughout the planning phase of these efforts, Sarah is now if wasn't before, is definitely now your go-to stealth person.
The de facto klepto.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to, if that's okay with everyone, I'm not gonna lock in the team, but I'm gonna lock Sarah in on that team if that works.
Yeah, go for it. So now we need to figure out who else to send on that team. Seems as good a place as any to start.
You guys mentioned possibly sending Garrett in with Sarah if you wanted to touch back on that. On him as a resource. Reminder that the currently still provided options that have yet to be selected are Theon and these are the ones that are not set or locked in. Somebody let me know if I missed something. But it's Theon, the Chroma Guard, Alice, Garrett, and then I believe Rose. I might be missing someone.
No, we put Rose in
That's
Orient
right.
Deterrent.
That's right. You guys decided Orient Deterrent.
That fucking Oz problem, man.
I am so sorry for continuously bringing it up.
Why? It's a good thing to bring up.
No, it's very important.
I don't mind the idea of Garrett being with Sarah and Raven. I guess the next question is, do you think Sarah, Raven, and Garrett are enough for releasing the prisoners? Or do you think we should send someone else with?
I cannot answer that. If that was a question directed at me.
No, that was an open question to the
Okay.
call.
So, I guess what would be the disadvantage of sending Alice with them?
I imagine that the prisoner team isn't going to see too much combat. There are going to be guards for sure, but like compare it to what we know is going on with the Bell, which is heavily armed guards, and the Central Spire, which is a giant fuck-off golem.
Yeah.
Did we have any information on how heavily guarded these prisoners were?
Let me actually make a roll on that, because I didn't write anything down for that, but that doesn't mean he didn't get anything. Okay. Comparatively, if you were, when talking about heavy defenses like with the bell tower, if we were to compare the dungeons and the bell tower would have more defenses.
Okay.
You can presume the deeper you go, the less volume of people you have to fight, and more the intensity of who would be down there, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we go down into the basement. We're dealing less with 20 level 5s, and we're dealing with more like 5 level 15s.
The presumption seems to be with the way the labyrinth is set up, is that they don't expect anyone to get down there. And if they do, if somebody does get down there, they're not expected to get very far.
Mm-hmm. So, I guess... So here's my thought process, right? With Sarah and Raven in releasing the prisoners, we can safely put... I think we can safely put Sarah and Raven with one other person and be safe.
Mhm.
And then we can put the other 3 in another... either the Bell or the Central Spire.
And just remember, a reminder, one of those resources you have is the Chroma Guard, which is
Count as 3.
3 heroes.
Right. Let me see what we have in terms of like mythic heroes and forces. Let's start with Kieran as I'm scrolling up to find names.
I guess I
So
should
there-
also, in all fairness, I should mention this because I don't think it's come up in a previous conversation. While it is not recommended because they are a highly functional unit on the together, if you need to pad out numbers, you can separate the Chroma Guard. They're not like some of the other forces where they cannot be separated from a specific unit.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm personally against splitting up the Chroma Guards. What do you guys think?
I would prefer them to be a group. They work very well together.
I do. Let's see. You know, here's a problem. I'm actually thinking about this a little bit more. I kind of like the Chroma Guard with Sarah and just that team for two reasons, if you'll hear me out. Number one, if we're releasing prisoners, there's going to be an issue of volume. There's a lot of prisoners to deal with. Number two, if we're releasing prisoners, it would be nice to have someone who is magically inclined. Because we don't know if it's all just lock and key down there.
Fair enough, actually.
What does Sarah count as?
Sarah would be the same as y'all, a mythic.
Okay.
Sarah obviously has the significant advantage in that they are a player character, but in this regard, as a resource, all of y'all count as mystics. Mythics, not mystics. You guys are mystics now.
Sword and sorcery.
I mean, I am pretty mystical. I do say that.
True.
So, let's think about this for a second. If we put Sarah, so releasing the prisoners is our least labor-intensive job.
Mm-hmm.
If we send Sarah down with the Chroma Guard, that's 4 people to deal with a lot of prisoners, 1 magic user, some healing, and honestly, Sarah and Raven on their own are also pretty strong in terms of like DPS and stuff. They could arguably handle themselves. So that leaves the question of, is that going to be enough for the prisoners?
Well, if we're looking at this as like some sort of like, I guess, rescue mission or like infiltration, a small team of 4 should suffice.
Okay. River, have you any thoughts?
River?
Okay then.
Nothing that I can think of.
Okay. How about you, Jay Frost?
Honestly, nothing that I could say that would really deviate too much.
Alright. So, how does Chroma Guard plus Sarah on prisoner duty sound? Does that sound like something to pursue?
You guys
I'm okay with
can,
it.
if you're still unsure, you can set it, but and come back to it later.
Okay.
The only concern I would really have is the fact that we originally paired Chroma Guard with Cedric.
Yeah.
With Cedric?
Paired
Cedric.
with the ID forces.
No, well, the King.
Cedric.
My apologies. Yeah, Cedric.
But Cedric's with y'all.
Okay. Because we didn't want Cedric to fall on his sword.
Yeah, we're making sure he stays close to us and away from his own blade.
Okay, then
Oh,
yeah.
hello.
we're good.
Ponkles.
Hi. I haven't
Honkle.
yet, but I'm trying to tell you hi. I'll be in soon.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
We're continuing the war council,
Dogs,
so
let
just
them out. Get just my comfy shit on real quick. Wash my hands, face. Be right there.
all right. We'll see you in a bit.
Thank you.
Yee.
Excellent. So we'll fill
Okay.
Pumpkin when they arrive.
Yeah.
Okay. So it sounds like for now we're setting Sarah with Raven and the Chroma Guard for the prison team.
I think that's fair.
So you guys, going over the list of objectives in front of me, you still have a Bell team and a Spire team, a central Spire team. And from what I'm able to tell, from what I'm perceiving, you have 3 remaining resources.
That's correct.
Just want to make sure I'm on the same page as everyone. So those 3 remaining resources are Theon, Garrett, and Alice.
Indeed. So, I guess the question
And again, I'm
remains...
hoping I'm not actively missing anyone from this list.
We forgot Chip!
Why?
Ah.
Why would we remember him? No offense. He is but child that isn't tied to a great destiny.
He's not tied to a great destiny. He's just tied to his own knives.
Chip is actually a member of the Silence from Doctor Who. You forget he's there when you stop looking at him. Which I feel like is basically just Schrodinger's cat, but whatever.
Schrodinger's
Chip.
NPC.
Schrodinger's Chip. But anyways.
I must affect my family!
So you have the Bell team, which would be to investigate the mysterious bell, which you know is doing something, probably, but you're not sure what. And then you know that the Central Spire is hiding something of important value, but you don't know what it is. 2 unknowns before you.
Both of them heavily guarded. One with a army of dudes, and one with a
Golems.
massive tweaked out golem.
And that's only what you know about.
That's true.
It's okay. Garrett can take the golem.
In a fight, right?
He can take the golem.
Yeah. What would the other? What would the other way be?
Oh, you know.
Take him out for a date, duh.
Yeah. Wine and
Dude's in
dine.
mourning.
So, actually, if it's all right with you, I'm going to step away for a moment, partially because we're waiting on Punk, and also partially because my dinner is not agreeing with me so well. So, it's all right with you. I will step away. Let me know what you guys chit-chat about when I get back.
Understood. And just like that, we never saw him again.
Oh no.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, if y'all want, you can continue the conversation with the 2 remaining team ideas, objectives. Or if you want, you can revisit some of the stuff you've been discussing before and see if you want to change anything or lock anything in.
Does anybody have inspiration?
I believe CG
I
does.
I only ask because I am super paranoid right now.
I think CG and Punk do, and River, I think you got inspiration back, right?
I did.
Excellent.
I nat 20'd.
You did.
And because I called your ass out.
You are welcome to use your inspiration on any of these teams. Should you choose?
Actually? Oh. Asking Stolas a question before I ask a question. Actually, like, could I ask a question and use my inspiration? Unless you genuinely feel like you can't answer the question.
If it's a question that I feel like is not like an inspiration, wouldn't. Yes is the answer. If you have a specific question you want to ask, and I feel like inspiration would not be sufficient enough to answer that question, I won't make you burn it.
Okay. Well, in hopes that you can answer my question,
Uh-huh.
which one of our objectives would be the closest to a, like, what's the term? A red herring?
Closest to a red herring?
Or is a red herring?
Is...
I didn't know if you would give us that.
I can't tell you if any of them are red herrings. I can tell you which one would be the closest to a red herring if it were to be one, but I cannot tell you if one of them is.
I cannot confirm nor deny
I
these
cannot
allegations.
confirm nor deny.
Okay, I will use my inspiration to get the closest answer you can give me to that.
Okay. If one of these were to be a red herring, if one of them was seemingly put there to pull resources away from the rest of your assault, actually, I had to think on this. Because I had a definitive answer, and then I thought about another one. I was like, actually, could be that as well. Here, let me start by saying that none of these objectives are specifically set to not give you guys some sort of reward in mind. There's a benefit to seeking out each and every one of these objectives. That being said, if one of them were to be a red herring, it would be the Central Spire. If that was the case. Whether it is, I cannot say.
Okay. So with that information, my biggest problem with, like, the Central Spire as a goal and objective is how heavily guarded it is.
I mean, as far as you guys know, the Central Spire is only the one entrance to the Central Spire is only guarded by a souped-up golem. That being said, you don't know the exact capabilities of this golem.
I have returned.
Hello.
Hi.
So, River has burned an inspiration with the question of, if one of these objectives were to be a red herring, which one would it be? And the answer was, each one of these objectives has a benefit, some sort of reward for completing it. But if one of them was to be a red herring, it would be the Central Spire.
Okay.
But I cannot say whether or not that it is a red herring.
I see.
Shout out to a pup named Scooby-Doo.
It was Brett Herring, of course!
It was red herring!
It was never red herring, except that one time.
It was him that one time. Okay. So, I guess this tips the scale a little bit more towards the bell. But that's not saying that the bell is completely worthless. Or the Central Spire is not completely worthless.
I've probably asked this before, and apologies if you had to repeat the answer, but would, say, like, giving them the main objective of checking out the bell, and then once they're done with that, shifting to the Central Spire, would that be a thing, or is it just like a one thing that, only one task that they can do?
That would... I mean, any of these teams could possibly do another task, but the time dependency on completing more than one task it's rather high.
Okay.
That being said, in this specific scenario, I would say, so I'm trying to think of a way to give you a just and fair answer. One team can complete multiple objectives. The efficiency of how much time is put into those additional objectives is decided by how many people you put on that team. If you put 8 people on one team and then have them do that 2 separate objectives, there's a way higher chance of them completing both of those objectives in a timely manner than there would be, say, sending a team of 3 to one and then sending that team to another. I don't recommend putting any one team on more than one objective unless you have a minimum of 4 people.
Mhm.
And that is
Gotcha.
a hard minimum. In this regard, the Bell team and the Central Spire, I would still say, yeah, don't. If you're going to have one team fill out both of those, have it be a minimum of 4.
I'm
All right.
Yeah. I'm still fine with focusing on one over the other.
And you guys still have stuff that isn't locked in if you want to revisit anything and maybe move a couple pieces.
Yeah. Truth be told, looking at our teams right now, I guess this is a good question to ask. Were we to ask the group, were we to move anyone around, what would we take from? Where would we move them? I feel like at this juncture, army suppression is kind of not actually locked in, but I don't think we can really take from them anymore, you know?
Mm-hmm.
For Orient Deterrent, we maybe could move Sindri around. Esmeralda and Balin, their forces, Nicholas, that might be over investment, but I also think that Project Returnal needs that investment because they're going to be dealing with substantial numbers. And, like, it's worth pointing out that, yeah, it's probably less numbers than, say the Orient or the Army, but it's going to be a lot of numbers, and all of those numbers are going to be especially tricky to deal with in a traditional fight. Like, you kill something, it falls over. You can't compensate for that with Project Returnal. And just one X factor applied to a whole group is enough to sway most battles. And then we've got the Sabotage team of Kieran, Fangs, and Amos. Like, we might be able to swap Amos for someone, but realistically, I don't know who we'd swap him for. So, I actually don't. Sindri is about the only person I think we could move from another team at this current juncture.
Yeah, because Sindri is very versatile, and like we can literally put him anywhere.
That being said, Sindri does have Orient experience, which is something that a lot of people don't have. Hell, he was in the Underdog. He probably has more Orient experience than anyone else.
Sorry. Sorry, I'm just checking what we had. So, if we're going off of the presumption that we can't have that, it's going to be a minimum of 4 per group. Would we want? Would we want it to be Reno, Sindri, Rose, and Alice then?
Minimum of 4 people in a group if you plan on that group taking on more than one objective.
Oh, my apologies.
That's okay. Because if it was a minimum of 4 people, you guys would really have to downsize on your objectives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think I said it once already, but who has inspiration? Punk and CG?
No, I burned mine earlier.
You burned yours.
It's
okay.
just Punk now.
Understood.
I guess. I guess the question is, do we think we can move anyone around? I'm honestly I feel pretty good about where we've got everyone who's already signed. Just Sindri is so versatile, we can move him elsewhere.
I'm just trying to think right now. Sorry.
Yeah,
take
no
your time.
worries.
Let's pivot the conversation, see if that helps a little bit.
Okay.
Your remaining forces of Garrett, Alice, and Theon. I think it's safe to say you guys would probably want your strong magic user, your wizard, investigating the obviously weird-ass bell.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like something up his alley.
My thing about the bell, it hasn't really played into a lot of this because most of our teams, in my opinion, have been pretty well balanced. But now that we're getting down to the nitty gritty, we should start considering and remembering the forces, heroes, mythic triangle.
Okay. Yeah, let's touch on that for a second. So you have just kind of touching in on your locked in teams, your home team and your civilian team. You have for the home team, you have 2 factions. One of them with a mythic and a couple heroes. You have a support. Actually, you have 2 supports. You have your civilian team, which is, I believe, I want to double check. There are 2 people in there, but I believe it's 2 mythics and it's either 2 mythics and a faction or a mythic, a faction, and a hero. I just want to double check. Mythic. I just need to remember if Cassius... Okay, Cassius is a hero. So yeah, hero, faction, mythic. In terms...
I'm writing this down.
In terms of your army suppression, I'm just double checking these. You have 2 factions. You have Zeros, who is a hero, and then Cantmore, I believe, is a mythic. No, Cantmore is a hero. So 2 factions,
nope.
2 heroes. You've got, touching in on Project Returnal, you got a support, a hero, 2 supports, a hero, and a faction.
I thought Balin was a mythic. Oh, okay.
Hold on, let me double check. I believe he's a hero. Yeah, Balin is a hero. Amos is the mythic.
Right.
And then Esmeralda is primarily, or not primarily, is support. For infiltration, you've got three mythics, I believe. And you just double check if Kieran is mythic or support. Kieran is support. So 2 mythics and a support. For Orion Deterrent, you've got... Let me double check. Mythic. Reno is a mythic. I believe Sindri is a mythic because I put him in the same category as y'all. Just trying to find him in this list. Sindri, where the fuck you at, bro? There he is. Yeah, so 3 mythics. Then for prisoner team, you have technically 2 mythics. Raven is in a weird category of this one because Raven is a companion character. So I'm just gonna, for the sake of argument, just register them as a mythic. And then the Chroma Guard, which are 3 heroes.
And can you go over the strengths and weaknesses of each again, please?
Sure. About to do a lot of... Do you want the strengths and weaknesses of all the ones that are assigned, or the
triangle?
The triangle. Okay. Factions. Factions will make up the majority of enlisted forces, providing ample arms and bodies to throw at the opposition. A reminder that this is also at the very top of the Paradigm Assault Planning channel.
Mm-hmm.
Providing ample arms and bodies to throw at the opposition. However, the trade-off for their large numbers lies in their combat effectiveness. They will get the job done, but their masses will be thinned out without proper leadership. Factions will mostly come in the form of infantry, cavalry, aerial units, and then infantry again, being its own triangle.
Mm-hmm.
Hero. Armies need a leader, and heroes are the ones trained to lead them. Heroes provide support and guidance to your would-be factions and are capable of holding their own should the need arise with their helpful skills and abilities. These units are not legends of the realm, but they often excel when assigned to a faction to lead. Mythics. Mythics are the ones that stories are written about. These units work best individually, sacrificing numbers for powerful abilities, making for great complementary units to other forces. Mythics also come in the largest variety, giving them the greatest adaptability of any unit. And then support. Not all allies will take up arms and rush to the battlefield. Some parties may offer assistance for the backline, providing resources such as healing, buffs, supplies, or even additional leadership for other forces. Support can turn a grave situation into a shining victory for those that they aid. In terms of the triangle, it goes factions, heroes, mythics, factions. So heroes beat factions, not beat necessarily, but are strong against factions. Mythics are strong against heroes. Factions are strong against mythics.
Okay. So, with that in mind, taking a look at and reframing this to what we're currently going at. So, the problem I see with... Well, the first big problem is that we have way more mythics than heroes.
You do.
So, someone is going to go somewhere they probably don't fit. Or don't line up, I should say.
And that is not to say... That doesn't necessarily mean that if you put 3 mythics on an objective, that's necessarily a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can complete objectives with 3 mythics and nothing else. That is capable, but the very obviously ideal combination is faction mythic hero.
Right.
If you put a faction mythic hero on pretty much any objective, you are almost 100% guaranteed to complete that objective.
Excuse reframing this and taking a look at what we've got right now. We've got the triumvirate with the home team, and we've got it with the civilian team. We're not going to run into faction with everything else, but I feel like putting 2 factions on the whole of the army, probably a good idea. We want numbers v numbers, and we want more heroes versus numbers. Orion Deterrent, I'm a little sketchy on, because that's a lot of dudes, 3 mythics, but I feel like of the mythics that we have access to, that's a good roster. Project Returnal was perfectly sound until we took out Amos. We could theoretically put Amos back and give the Sabotage team like a hero in place, but I don't even know if we have enough heroes to spare.
You could swap Amos and Ballin should you choose. Ballin is
true.
a hero.
That would balance things out.
But then you would also, should you choose to do that, you would be losing your hero for Project Returnal.
Oh, you're right. I've got two heroes in Project Returnal. I should have others one.
You got 2 supports in there.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's kind of a wash no matter what. I still personally believe that Project Returnal, the combination of Esmeralda healing and Nicholas providing appropriate weaponry, very good for dealing with the nonsense going on there, especially if they've got a faction backing them up. Then we have Release the Prisoners, which I feel like that's probably good enough. You just have heroes to protect. You have heroes to protect Sarah as she goes about and does everything she needs to. With Raven along, they're probably fine. And then that leaves Garrett, Theon, and Alice, 2 mythics and a support.
I'm just getting up for a quick moment. Keep talking.
Yeah. We could put them. I guess this was my thing. If we send them against the Central Spire, that's 1 dude as opposed to forces. But I like the idea of futzing with the bell. So realistically, do we want to do? I guess the point is, if we send our current team of Garrett, Theon, and Alice in on the bell.
Garrett, Theon, Alice. Okay.
Well, there's an if. Yeah. If we send that team of 3 on the bell, then that'll be 2 mythics up against a horde of dudes. Which is not great. Be better, like combat-wise, they'd be better against the 1 golem. But at the same time, I feel like Garrett, Theon, and Alice can handle a horde of dudes.
Yeah, because you got like Garrett being a blood hunter, he's got DPS. Theon probably has a couple of AoEs in his book. I mean, also, I don't know why he would use it in this scenario, but he does have access to the vault. So he can, if he so chooses, granted, again, I don't know why he would. He does have access to literally every spell known to man and dolphin alike.
He does have the most largest volume of usable spells. And he's very knowledgeable. Hell, this man has been solving our problems for quite a while.
Yeah, he is.
We paid him back by not getting him murdered. Amadeus is a bitch.
No, he is.
The more I'm reading into this, especially based on what River's inspiration said, the more I'm kind of leaning towards the bell.
I'm perfectly fine with that. It's just that the Central Spire was just such an enigma. Like, it was such an enigma that it was too, I guess, mysterious to ignore.
I kind of knew going into this that these would be the two hardest objectives for y'all to decide upon because they are such large unknowns.
And very clearly important.
Mm-hmm.
I have a theory on what the bell is. I think it's some sort of massive buff to the above ground forces. Like, something was wrong with the bell. There's some sort of ringing in it. It's either some sort of buff or some sort of control. But the fact that our guys, hey,
Bonkles.
Funkles, welcome. We are
Sorry,
currently
push talk. What?
we are just giving. I can recap what we went over so far.
Mm-hmm.
You know what, CG? Just for you, if you recap everything we've discussed thus far, I will give you inspiration.
No, I was gone for some part of this. Okay, so
'Cause it
the
seems
thing
like
that we
y'all
let
need
off,
it.
yeah, seems like we let off with releasing the prisoners as an objective, where we confirmed that Sarah and Raven, they kind of count as mythic heroes. We'll get back to that. After much discussion, we are thinking that in the case of volume and in case of balance of squads, we're currently sticking to Chroma Guard with Sarah as like escort and also dealing with the prisoners, particularly because numbers and also partially because Chroma Guard does have a spellcaster in it in case we run into magical locks.
Gotcha.
We then went over
As far as the prison team is concerned, it's set but not locked in as Sarah with Raven and the Chroma Guard.
correct. Most of our discussion, basically because Sarah chose release the prisoners, we decided to more or less go with that as an objective, leaving our choices of the Bell and the Central Spire. On that topic, River burned an inspiration on the Central Spire, asking which one of these is a red herring, and if they are,
If
and-
one were to be a red herring.
correct.
Which objective, if one of these objectives was a red herring, what would it most likely be?
Of the two, Tart said that neither of them are a red herring. Both will provide a benefit if you do the objective. But if gun to the head had to choose one, the Central Spire is more of a red herring than the Bell.
That wasn't
Gotcha.
in regards to just the two of them. That was in regards to all your objectives.
Also, I did not know that specifically because I had stepped away.
Yeah, that's okay. That's your one lifeline.
So at this juncture, we're currently talking about the faction hero mythic triangle and evaluating our current choices as well as who we have left. You can see I've made notes in the war room of like, mostly for the sake of keeping items short. We've got like 1F, that's a faction. 1H, that's one H. That's one hero. 2 S's, 2 supports, an AM as a mythic, just kind of divvying them all up, as well as going over the strengths and weaknesses of each one of them. And that brings us back to the Bell and the Central Spire, because our current situation is that the 3 individuals could probably get it done, but they are 2 mythics and a support. If we send them after the Bell, that's a horde of dudes. Factions are what mythics are weak against, so that something might happen there. And I believe there was also talk of potentially moving some pieces around to compensate. However, we really only came to the conclusion after looking at everything that Sindri and maybe Balan Fallweather were the only ones that were able to be moved. Like everyone else, we were pretty good on where they are. I think that's everything.
Go ahead and take inspiration.
Yay!
So, in short, the current conversation is whether or not the current conversation is in regards to the Bell team and the Central Spire team, and trying to figure out weighing one over the other or seeing if there's a way to possibly split forces. And Punk, I believe, because I'm just taking stock of everyone, you still have your inspiration, right?
Yeah.
Great. Okay. On that note, go ahead and roll me a test roll. See if you get another inspiration to possibly give to someone else.
No, 12.
No. Okay. So currently, the idea is possibly weighing the Bell team over the Central Spire team. The Bell team currently consisting of Theon, Garrett, and Alice, because those are your remaining resources.
Is that directed at me?
That was just kind of... It was directed at you to provide you with the information, but it's just kind of speaking out just to kind of get back onto the conversation.
Yeah. So, I guess as a starting point, let us assume, for now, that whatever objective we pick between the two of them is where Garrett, Theon, and Alice are going. I think they could do well in both situations, whether it be the clearly magical bell that Theon will benefit from, or the clearly magical golem that Theon will have to deal with. But in both instances, I think they can do well. The only question is, where? Spire or Bell?
I'm leaning towards Bell. We have more information on the Bell. We have I don't know. It's tied to the arcane in some way, shape, or form, and Theon feels like the best person to crack it.
I think I agree. I think Theon is best suited to see if that bell is a real problem. Then he'll be the best one to solve that solution. What are your thoughts, Punk? I know we just kind of threw everything at you, but still.
And that last one by me again, huh? Because my brain's fried from working the... I'm sorry.
No
it's okay.
worries. Joe and I are currently leaning towards sending our remaining forces to the Bell of Garrett, Theon, and Alice, as opposed to the Central Spire.
Okay, that's... yeah. Works for me.
Okay. I'm gonna set them. I'm not gonna lock them in. So, addressing the elephant in the room, you guys have, with the way you've set this up, no more available forces. So, the big question is, do you guys want to divert some of your forces to possibly hit the Central Spire? Or are you just going to cut that loss?
I don't want... Sorry.
No, you were talking first.
I don't want any of our objectives with less than 3 people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, also... I don't know, if... The Central Spire's too much of a mystery for me.
As much as the Central Spire is... Much as the Central Spire is a... Clearly something's going on there. we have less of an inkling of what's going on there, and we have more of an inkling of something going on with the bell. I particularly don't like that you can't hear it in the labyrinth.
You guys do have a couple sources of inspiration should you require any assistance with this.
I'm holding on to mine.
Same.
Okay. Then I believe, with all that, let's touch on the obvious ones. It seems like y'all are pretty set on what you have for army suppression. Is that one safe to lock in?
I think that one's probably safe.
Yeah. Yeah. I am more than okay with that.
J. Frost did have to step away to go retrieve their spouse, so I will hold his opinion for now. But I believe he would agree. Pumpkin River, what about y'all? In regards to army suppression, being Canthmore with the Obsidian Province forces and Adriel with the Iron Dominion forces.
That sounds good to me.
Yes.
As a majority vote, I am going to lock that one in. Army suppression is locked in. Kind of continuing down the list in not really any particular order, just I guess the order being the ones that were kind of set chronologically. Project Returnal. Esmeralda with Ball and Fallweather, the Iron Covenant, and Nicholas. How are we feeling about that?
I'm still of the opinion that this is a great setup. My only concern is Amos not being there, but Esmeralda, Nicholas, and Balin will make sure that I think they're strong enough to handle that, especially if we augment them like I think we're planning on.
Thoughts?
Augmenting how? What?
Donating a few magic items their way.
Got you. I was
Yes,
like, what
that's
Nomu
all.
shit are we doing to them? What?
That's
They're
another
going-
conversation we have to have. What
We're going to
items
inject
are
them
you
with-
giving to your friends?
By going to inject them with the T virus.
I'm just gonna spritz you real quick. There, CJ.
Yeah, I don't have any issues with Esmeralda, Balin, Nicholas, and the forces for Project Returnal. Actually, I guess my only concern with that is, would it be better to send forces against the Orient or Project Returnal? But at the same time, I feel like it's going to be a lot of dudes no matter what, so it's really just one or the other. So, I guess I am fine with Project Returnal.
Am I safe to lock that one in?
I can't think of an argument to change it.
I can't think of
Yes.
one myself either.
Okay. Project Returnal is locked in. Esmeralda, Ball and Fallweather, the Iron Covenant, and Nicholas. The infiltration team. The infiltration and sabotage team. Fangs, Kieran, and Amos. How are we feeling?
I'm gonna be real. The only change I would make to this team is out of our hands. The only thing I could think to make this team better would be to stick Sarah in for Amos's position. But Sarah already chose the prisoners, so that's perfectly fine.
Otters.
That's an otter.
Who's who would be left at that point?
For what? To put on the sabotage team?
Yeah. Because I'm not really seeing any other kind of wiggle room.
You guys have
Back-
burned all your remaining forces. CG just thinks, in regards to the infiltration team, Sarah would be a better choice over Amos.
Oh, my apologies.
But
But I
Sarah
think-
has opted to go with the prison team.
And I also am of the opinion that, like, Amos is not Sarah, but Amos is a damn good follow-up.
I would agree.
So I'm fine with the sabotage team of Kieran, Fangs, and Amos.
What about the rest of y'all? Am I safe to lock the infiltration and sabotage team in?
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm gonna refer to this one just because that's long. I'm gonna refer to this one as the Disruptor team.
Okay.
The Disruptor. Sorry, that's just a badass team name for them.
Disruptor.
Sounds like a sci-fi gang name. Yo, we're the Disruptors.
Oh,
I'm
God.
now...
Why
Sorry.
do I say it like that?
Maybe it's because I watched RoboCop last night. I watched RoboCop 3. What a mistake that was.
Oops.
Yeah. I'd never seen it.
I was about to ask if it was the reboot, because that was a movie.
I haven't seen the reboot. No, Button and I have been slowly watching the 3 RoboCop movies, and we finally watched 3 last night because neither of us had seen it. And man, it's a movie. Anyways. So, with everyone's permission, I'm going to lock that one in. Moving on to Orion Deterrent. We currently have Reno, Rose, and Sindri.
This one I would like to have a few more, like, heroes for Frontline, but I think between the 3 of them, and especially because we gave Reno such a nice gift, I
did.
think they can handle it.
We also need to address the additional fact of the Orion Deterrent team and the prison team, in that while they are considered mythics, 2 of them are player characters, and I guess with the Disruptor team as well,
Hmm.
because Amos is a player character. Player characters are kind of like Mythic Plus, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you have one of those on this team with Sindri.
I think we'll probably be fine there.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
River, Pug?
I was filing my nails. I'm sorry. Nodders.
Gonna lock that one in then. We only got two teams left, except for your group, obviously. The prison team, Sarah and Raven, and the Chroma Guard.
Alright, does anyone have any... I guess now that we're finally to this last bit, does anyone have a argument for moving the Chroma Guard here to somewhere else?
Or even
Not
Sarah.
Not particularly, no, because if their objective is going to be unlocking, like freeing prisoners and unlocking them, Sarah is probably our best bet. She's got like 1 million fucking points in fucking lockpicking, rather.
It literally saved her life
Nope.
Yeet.
and soul.
Yeah.
Yeet. Fucking rogues, man.
I think I'm gonna lock it in if y'all are okay with it then.
I think so.
Okay. And by the default, you only have 3 resources left. Theon, Garrett, Alice. For the Bell team. You guys could, should you decide to, you can repurpose those 3 units. Move them elsewhere. Whether that be the Central Spire or somewhere else.
I think, honestly, at this juncture, that will just have us back at the drawing board.
Okay. Am I safe
Yeah,
to lock it
'cause-
in, gang? Oh, go ahead, Joe.
I was just gonna say what CG said. But yeah, my vote is to lock in and dock in.
Lock it and pop it, baby.
Oh no, I was saying locking and docking, but you know,
Oh.
Ah!
yours is a lot more wholesome.
Alrighty. I'm gonna go ahead and lock it in then, if that works for everyone.
Yeah.
I'm locking in. Alright.
I'm in.
That means we have no one for the Central Spire team. So I'm just gonna put a big old X over that. The Spire shall remain untouched.
We just don't have the resources, sadly.
Mm-hmm.
And then there is, of course, your group, which is your party plus Cedric plus Nexus.
We need to get Nexus and like an indestructible sphere so he can be a bubble boy in the battlefield.
True.
Permanent globe of invulnerability. Alright.
Fuck it. I mean, I'm just saying, Corbin could play the Katamari Dynasty soundtrack as he's moving around.
Alrighty. Everyone is locked in. Going over it one last time. Your home team. Your team designated to defend your way back home, your homestead, Dragon's Reach. The Echo Dea, Adam Acosta, Drew Iota, and the Animus Sanctum. Your civilian team, your team dedicated to quelling.
I was gonna say, what the fuck?
Quelling the masses in Paradigm, the civilian masses. You have Cassius with the Evergreen Forces and Drua Ashinari. Your army suppression, the team that will arguably see the most amount of combat as they are. This is your front line in regards to this objective or this mission. You have Canthmore with the Obsidian Province forces, Adriel Zeros with the Iron Dominion forces. You have Stop Project Returnal, this secret project which you know is giving the Hellfire Assembly the ability to bring their soldiers back from death. Esmeralda, Ball and Fallweather, the Iron Covenant, and Nicholas. You have your Disruptors, who are going to go into the city and try to assist you. This is going to be kind of like the all-around team. They're going to try to help just whoever they can. They're getting in there. They're disabling defenses. They're going after command units, etc., etc. This is ultimately, this team is going to help the army suppression team the most, but it's going to help everyone else a little bit as well. That is the team of Fangs, Kieran, and Amos. You have your Orion Deterrent, which is the team who's going to go down and try to stop that flow of Orion, that resource that the Hellfire Assembly has. Try to cut off the head of the snake, as one could say, trying to cut off that resource for them. That is Reno, that is Rose, that is Sindri. You have your prison team, who is going to go down and try to bust out not only this high-value prisoner that you guys are aware of, but whoever else they can find down there. That's Sarah, that's Raven, that's the Chroma Guard. You have this mysterious bell up on the surface that you guys are going to have a team go up. It's weirdly heavily guarded. You're going to have a team go up there, try to clear that and investigate what the spell is and possibly disable it if possible. That's Theon, that's Garrett, that's Alice. You don't have a team for the Central Spire. That objective is going to remain untouched. And then you have, as I mentioned before, your group, with the objective of stopping Aurelia Aragon's ritual. Is everyone clear on where everyone is?
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll come back, Jay Frost. You missed a little bit.
My apologies.
No, that's okay. You guys have
We
locked
per-
in your teams. I'm going to provide what is in here in the Paradigm Assault War Planning. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves for a moment as I format this properly.
All right, who's dying?
Me, I'm dying, Squirtle.
Ah, so Squirtle is the one who is dying.
You guys have inspiration.
I do have inspiration.
I can't confirm. If you guys were to use your inspiration to confirm who is dying,
That'd feel like a silly use of inspiration. I'm not gonna lie to you.
it
Like,
would be
all
kind of a
jokes aside.
cop-out in regards to this. But if you guys are curious about the chances of one of your teams and want to use an inspiration to get a bit more insight on that, I am willing to provide. It probably would have been a good idea to do that before everyone had been locked in, but you can still use it if you want. Oh, why did it do it like that? Fuck you. Hold on. Hold on.
Oops.
Oh, I see what happened because
Man.
I have
That's funny.
I have the stars at the end, which was for my own
Mhm,
reference for who was locked
mhm.
in on my Word document. There we go. Going to pin that as well. Okay. How are we feeling, gang?
Appropriately
Nervous?
nervous. Yeah, appropriately nervous.
Yeah, that usually comes with the territory. This is how I was feeling when we were doing the Curse of Strahd war planning.
Yeah.
Alright. So, let's move on to a new topic now, because we still have a little bit we need to cover. You guys, I'm likely going to let you guys figure out above game what you want to give to your allies. And I'm going to try to save some session time by keeping that conversation away from the table for now, if that's okay.
Sure.
What I
Sounds
want to
good.
know right now is that I want to know, are you guys going to investigate this lead about a teleportation circle within the city limits? A reminder that if you do this, that will take the day. It will give you guys a more reasonable way for a small team to get in, maybe even some of your teams, but it will take a day to do.
I suppose that's a good question.
So I guess to help assist your group a little bit in this decision, let me confirm with y'all about who has access to the teleportation circle spell.
Hi.
Your group has it, obviously.
Theon should, I believe.
Theon does. Reno does. And so Theon does. Okay, wait. So let me actually address this as members of your teams. So the Bell team has it with Theon. Your team has it, obviously. The
Uh-huh.
Oregon Deterrent team has it with Reno. Your prison team has it.
Oh,
Does
with
Alice
the-
have a teleport? Wait, not Alice. Fuck, sorry.
Hildegard.
Hildegard, yes, that's who I was thinking of.
Hildegard Duskstone, the sorcerer, has the teleportation circle spell.
Interesting.
Technically, your home team has it as well, but we're not going to count them for the sake of this.
So, whoever we send in that way has to have the teleportation circle spell. Is that what I'm hearing?
If you guys use the go after the teleportation circle, it will give 4 of your teams, including your own, access to the teleportation circle, giving them an easier way to get to their objectives. Because then, obviously, they don't have to get involved with the city conflict, like the rest of the teams would.
I have a question.
Yep.
I
Sorry.
have an answer.
Joe, you were about to say something before I go.
Nope.
Okay. So, when I was thinking about this teleportation circle, could we theoretically use it as one of the groups to go in and to
Ooh.
get the...
Hold on, I lied. 5 teams.
Huh?
Your Project Returnal team would have it as well.
For Balin.
Esmeralda is a sorcerer.
Right. Right.
Oh.
Divine Soul Sorcerer. I forgot I had put that on her spell sheet. On her spell list.
Okay.
So that's 5 teams, which is over half of your teams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have 9 teams. 5 teams would have access to that circle.
And there's no real overlap either. Hmm.
So the
I
teams.
I
who would-
worry.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I was gonna say I worry about them expending a 5th level like that, but it might save us a headache in the future.
It would also allow us to skip the forces. Like, it would skip the fighting, and my big thing, and what's keying me into this teleportation circle in particular, is I feel like it is going to be critical in terms of opening the door.
Yeah.
So,
So, for reference, the teams that will not be able to use this circle would be your home team, obviously, because they're not going to be there, your civilian team, your army suppression team, and your disruptors.
which is really quite unfortunate. I would have loved to have gotten our disruptors in there.
Which I'm not sure Jake has actually finished leveling up Amos yet. And I know Amos has wizard levels.
Oh.
That kind of feels a little like a cop out, though.
It does. It does remind me, though, that regardless, I do need to get him to level up Amos.
Gotcha.
Okay, so looking at it, just initially, let me double check this. So, Amos is... Amos's sheet is level 17. So even if I need to get him to go to level 19. Even if we were to put those 2 levels down in Wizard, he would not be able to get access to Teleportation Circle.
Ah, okay.
That's unfortunate.
Because that would not give him access. He only has access at this moment to 3rd level spells. He would not be able to gain access to 5th level.
More on the fighter side of things.
Well, Ranger.
Right, Ranger.
He's a ranger fighter wizard.
Oh, I didn't know he triple classed.
He did.
Okay, so let's actually approach the argument. Obviously, the circle is a huge boon for us in terms of entrance, in terms of saving lives, in terms of making sure that everything goes smoothly. It's a huge buff, and as an added side, it also means that if we figure out what's going on, they can't use the teleportation circle against us. Like, imagine the fighting starts. They notice that that we've got the home team away, and they send Oz through it, just as an example. But if we take the teleportation circle, we stop that from happening.
Yeah.
And these are all... Sorry. I saw you light up.
No, I said yeah. I get you. I'm agreeing with you.
And these are all excellent points. But there is but one downside, and it is a major downside, and that it means our ticking clock is right on the cusp.
Correct. If you guys proceed through the teleportation circle route and gain access to that teleportation circle, while it will give you an easier time getting into Paradigm, let it be known that it does push your assault back into that Eclipse Zone territory. Once you hit day 7, which you will if you go after that teleportation circle, then you run the risk of the eclipse happening while you're there, or even before, possibly.
What are you guys thinking?
I'm more than okay to risk it if it means we get an advantage over them. Because like we're at war, we're not really in a position to play it safe much.
Fair point.
What about the rest of the group? What are your thoughts?
I'm gonna hold mine till the end.
River, Punk, J Frost, your thoughts? A copper for your thoughts, please.
Thinking about this, we would have to find this circle, and a hard question.
Mm-hmm.
Within the amount of time that we have to find this, what if we were to discover the circle's location fast enough?
It would take the day.
Okay, so even if we were to find it quickly, it would still cost too much time.
I will say, there's another added benefit to this. If you guys go after the teleportation circle, it does give your forces an additional day to prepare. That means, should you, per se, want your disruptors to get their hands on a scroll of teleportation circle during that day, you would give them time.
I do like that.
How many days do we have until the eclipse?
You know that the eclipse is supposed to happen sometime between day 7 to day 10. It is currently day 6. You don't know when exactly in that in that span of 3 days it's going to happen. You just know sometime during that it will.
Alright, well if that's the case, what are we all feeling? Do we feel like testing the boundaries, or do we feel like
That's kind of the question we're throwing
diving
out right
headfirst?
now.
Yeah. So, what's your thoughts?
I see I'm trying to weigh the cost, I'm trying to weigh like the cost benefit analysis here. Like
Risk
on
versus
one hand,
reward.
yeah, risk versus reward. On one hand, when it comes to the reward, I mean, that gives us a direct pipeline into their city, into their fortifications. We could easily perform like a spearhead maneuver on them and cut off like vast chunks of resources quickly. On top of that, it could give us multiple attack angles from our main army going in to our strike teams.
The main
Which,
army will
again-
not be able to access the teleportation circle.
Yeah. And that I was meaning like they just go in the normal route.
Ah, okay.
My apologies.
No,
I
you're good.
should have clarified better. Which again, like, hey, two-prong assault. They're basically getting a taste of Operation Hydra, but in reverse.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
The risk is that we don't know when this eclipse is happening. For all we know, it could literally be tomorrow. And in which case, then we're kind of really fighting the clock. We're on, like, final 24 hours of everything going, to absolute shit. And if that's the case, they're gonna basically be... I would hesitate to say it. I think they would probably be at an even greater strength. The Eclipse could power them up even more.
Well, to be fair, that applies both ways. We know for a
Yeah,
fact that the eclipse itself is universal. It'll affect all spellcasters.
Mm-hmm.
Well, true. And honestly, hey, like, a nice buff would be really great. It's them that's creating the situation. And because of that, they have resources that would probably... Like, even though we're getting a buff as well, I would not put it past them to be like, okay, plan around this contingency because they're going to get increased strength, so find a way to overcome it through another method.
Hey, Tart.
Mm-hmm.
Can I predict if there's gonna be an eclipse tomorrow?
That's a great question, actually. Hold on. I know my answer to this, but I
It's
want to
sort of-
know realistically. Hold on. Does Druidcraft predict eclipses?
With it being artificial, you figure it would. I don't know if it'd work.
No, Druidcraft does not predict eclipses.
No, my carefully laid out plans in ruins.
Tattooed.
However, very funny. My answer was going to be Druidcraft, because I did look into this way before and forgot about it. Druidcraft predicts natural weather. Because this is a magically altered natural event, it wouldn't be able to detect that.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
I figured that as much. Still fucking funny.
Still very funny. River and Punk, what are your thoughts?
No thought, head empty.
Understood. That is a valid opinion.
Nodders.
Punk is eating.
I mean, seeing as how we're kind of weighing risk and reward here.
Yeah, so I guess we've already laid out the risk versus reward for the most part. So I guess the question is, what do you feel like, J. Frost? What is your... If you had to choose between one or two, what would you choose?
That's where the real problem comes in, because I'm of split minds. The logic mind says, even though the magic circle is a great idea, we're still giving these people time. And
You don't want to...
and we cannot allow them. Even
You
a
don't want to
simple-
introduce a failure state.
Correct. It's basically we're fighting literally the. I don't want to say literally. We are fighting in this case the clock. Father Time is not our friend. He's our biggest enemy, and we're basically going up against a group who has been preparing for this moment for months, if not years to decades on end. In game.
Hmm.
Of which you want to do everything in your power to not let them beat the buzzer. You want to crush them as quickly and as mercilessly as possible. In which case, the logic side is dictating hit them ASAP.
So you
We
are
might not be able to get certain things done, but at this point, it's like we're basically gambling with some really deadly dice here on the fate of this entire world. So, are you willing to roll those bones and see if we can just squeeze out a little bit of time in comparison to hit them now, and we might be able to save more lives instead of putting even more at jeopardy?
So you are, it sounds like, of the opinion that your group should forego seeking out the teleportation circle.
I lean towards that.
Okay.
Had we figured this out maybe a day ago, I'd say pursue this. But if we had like an extra day, like just like if we were back on day 5, I would say pursue this. We're on day 6. This is we're basically really we're at knife's edge here.
Okay. Punk, what are your thoughts? I think Punk is typing. Back for good, sorry. No, you're good. Punk, what are your thoughts in terms of seeking out the teleportation circle or not?
Oh, gods. We're still feeling that was a cop-out with Eamon and his wizard levels.
Amos would not be able to access it.
Yes.
But because it would take an extra day to seek out this circle, it would give the disruptor group, for example, more time to prepare, meaning they could possibly seek out a scroll of teleportation circle to use on this teleportation circle. Taking that extra day to get that teleportation circle means that your forces have more time to prepare. That's just a note that should be added. But at present,
Our army suppression? Which force?
army suppression is
Which
cancelled.
one gets a speed buff?
Was-
Army suppression, which is one of our biggest.
Are you asking what buff they would get for taking the extra time?
I'm asking, they're the ones that would get the speed buff? More time to prepare?
And all of your forces would get the additional
Ah.
would have more time to prepare for that extra day. And then you have 5 of your 9 teams who would be at this moment immediately be able to use the circle if you were to take the time and look for the circle, you could potentially have it set to where all your small teams have the ability to use it.
I really do like that. I want to give our forces more because it's not just about us.
That being said, obviously taking the time means you guys go into that danger zone of the eclipse happening.
Personally, I don't mind that risk of the eclipse happening.
I know you don't,
But-
because you want to use that extra magic, you fucker.
No, like, legitimately speaking. Like, besides that. Like, I know, besides, like, being able to, like, tap into unknown potential, probably far exceeding what Corbin could create, what's the word I'm thinking of here? Could think of, which, not gonna lie, that fucker can think of a lot. But giving our forces another day, as well as getting that kind of leverage, I think is worth it. Especially because, like, with what Frost mentioned, it's payback for the siege on freaking Dragon's Reach.
Okay.
Turnabout's fair play, bitches.
So I have in this regard, I have one opinion against, one opinion for. Punk, it sounds like you're kind of leaning for.
Yeah.
Okay. River, you're kind of a neutral opinion at the moment. Good talk, River. CG, I think I know what your opinion's going to be, but I would like to hear you out regardless.
Oh, River's typing.
River's
I
typing.
will provide my opinion afterwards.
Sorry, I was being talked to by Silas. No, you're fine, River.
I didn't hear what was asked of me.
I was just saying, it sounds like you're currently, as far as the teleportation circle goes, you're of neutral opinion at the moment.
Yeah.
And then CG.
I've put a lot of thought into this. Up until this point, I've been against a failure state and introducing a failure state into our plans. However, based on the sheer scope of things not only that we need to do, but the forces that we are up against, I think we need that advantage to take them down. I think that we need access to that teleportation circle to make sure that our infiltration goes smoothly. Because we have a lot, and I mean a lot, to get through. Taking care of that, having the teleportation circle, most importantly, knocks out an entire killing field for our army. That will almost single-handedly decide how that fight with the army goes. So as much as I am loath to give them the opportunity, I'm actually going to vote for looking for the teleportation circle.
Okay. So, with all opinions put forth, much like CG just said, let's put it to a vote. I'm going to put this poll in... No, I'll just go through it one at a time. We'll start from the top, and we'll work our way down. CG, your vote.
4.
4. One vote for. J Frost, your vote. If you want, I can always come back to you as well.
Please come back to me. I'm just taking a quick moment to weigh the last bit of the pro and con.
Yeah. That's okay. Joseph, your thoughts?
4.
2 votes for. Punk?
Or
3 votes for. By logic, that is a majority vote, but I do want to hear everyone out. River? You can't
Well,
choose to abstain as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty neutral on it regardless, so.
Okay. So 3 votes for, 1 abstain. J. Frost. I know you were kind of against the idea before, so if you would like to put forth any arguments as well, for or against, you are welcome to do so, to maybe perhaps sway opinions.
I'll keep it short and simple, if that is alright.
Yeah.
In terms of 4, as CG, you have said, this would definitely help avoid a mass amount of killing fields for our army. In fact, it would probably land a much more critical strike against their more internal systems, and I can see the logic behind it. It is basically a tip of the spear maneuver that could cut off a bunch of heads at once. And for that, I see your logic, I see where you're coming from, and personally, I can get behind it to a pretty serious degree. Again, I do stress that we are giving them the one resource we do not have enough of, and that is time. So, in terms of detractment, the more time we give them, the closer they can get to not only their goal, but to also set up for basically taking any advantage that we might gain and throw it back at us in our face. Because of that, we're kind of weighing here some major options. In light of this, I know that the majority has already been made, ergo, I would probably say best interest would be to abstain, in my opinion.
Understood. Okay. So 3 votes for, 2 votes abstain. Majority takes over. It sounds like you guys are going to go into the city and hunt down a teleportation circle. Before we get to that, let's address one more important topic for a few minutes, and then we'll take a break. I want y'all to go through some of your inventories and let me know. We're going to make a pool of donated items. What we're going to do is that I want you guys to make a donation pool for these items to your forces. After that pool is finished, I am going to, me, Tart, the DM, your friend, is going to go through and meticulously divvy out these items to who I think they would best benefit. Or,
Fair enough.
on top of that, if you guys really feel strongly about one NPC having an item, I will also listen to that. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Let me know, though. If you guys put items in the donation pool, you got what you wanted, Tart, you bastard. If you guys put items in the donation pool, you are locked out from that item the moment it enters the pool. Once you put an item in that pool, it goes to your NPCs.
Now, question.
Yes.
Will the items that we put into this pool, are they basically on a quote-unquote, like, temporary loan until the end of the war?
They could either be temporary loans, so you could ask to receive them back. We could do like a borrow tag for these. You could ask for them to be returned afterwards, or if you don't care, you can let whoever takes it keep it. I will
Alright,
also allow, for the sake of the donation pool, if you guys want to donate potions or funds for your allies to purchase their own goods, I will also allow that.
Okay.
So kind of, we're not going to really go into this now. Basically what we're going to do is that up till the point where the assault begins, that session where, as I mentioned to you guys before, that fresh session where we start the assault on Paradigm, this donation pool is open. You can donate things to it. So you guys do not have to decide on what you want to put in there today. But I want everyone to, before y'all decide to raid Paradigm, I want y'all to look at your inventories and see if there's anything you want to donate. And then you can either talk about it in game, you can DM it to me, whatever you're most comfortable with. You can put it into the Discord as well.
Okay.
Everyone got it?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
E.
I'll make a small post. I'll probably put it in Paradigm Assault Planning. I'll put a small post about the donation pool in our Discord for y'all to reference back later as well.
All right. A nice little war chest.
Ooh! Wait, that's great, actually. I'm going to make a new channel, call it the War Chest. J Frost, take inspiration.
Hey,
I
there you
have
go.
inspiration, actually. Can I give it to someone else?
Sure, you can give it to someone else who doesn't have it.
Anyone want inspiration?
I got it.
All right, this one person's got it. I got it. Joe, Punk, River.
Punk has it. I believe the only two who
I'll
don't are
take
Joe and
it.
River.
All right, give to this one.
All right, River.
Okay.
Inspiration.
Okay, good. I was not going to say anything.
All right.
Like legit. I'm good on inspiration.
Let's, now that we kind of touched on everything, let's take a bio break.
Ugh.
I need to pee. I also smell what
Yeah.
I believe is burnt popcorn downstairs, so I need to check to make sure my kitchen is still there.
Valid.
Fair enough.
Your kitchen or your bun?
Both. But we adjourn for this moment, and we shall return. We shall regroup in, say, 5 to 10 minutes. We'll be back in a little bit, gamers.
Smokey's being clingy. This
Hello.
is weird. This is cool. Hi.
Hi, we're back. Alright, so, y'all have a teleportation circle that you need to hunt down.
Yeah.
You guys are... Oh, let me change our music real quick. You guys are aware that your good old buddy Corvo Blackwell was the one who helped you discover the initial teleportation circle in the Docks District. He's probably your best lead in this regard.
Is Morrow around?
No. You guys have actually not seen neither Corvo nor Marrow in quite some time, actually.
Okay. I'd like to send a message to Corvo. Just mostly just wondering where he's at.
Okay. What are the contents of your message?
Corvo, we would like to know if. Hang on, sorry, I'm trying to think out loud. You mentioned Corvo. You mentioned about a teleportation circle. Is there a way you can lead us towards it? Or sorry, not is there a way? Can you lead us towards it?
you will get a response back from Corvo. Trying to think. Oh, hello! It has been a hot minute. Perhaps we should actually discuss real quick. Come and meet me in the Southern District. And I'll give a general location for you to meet him.
Okay, I'm just gonna put it into my Google Maps real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And then Corbin's just gonna look towards the group. I got in touch with Corvo. He said to meet him towards the South District.
Sounds like a good place as any to meet up. Shall we?
As you guys begin to head out, Diana will actually make mention to y'all that since you guys are taking the time to find this teleportation circle, she is actually going to step away to get her people prepared since you're giving them a bit more time as well, and for y'all to meet her later after you find the circle.
Okay.
You guys stay safe, okay?
No promises, but we'll do our best.
Well, you won't have your healer, or at least not to say you're
You
any
won't-
less of one, Flit or Corvin, or no, y'all actually got a good bit of healers. You're fine.
3 of us equal 1 of you.
Oh,
Well,
you're
it's
sweet.
not just. Well, it's not just them, but also Ravana and Lily have healing capabilities as well. So
Exactly. Y'all got plenty of healers.
Who are we losing? What?
Diana,
Why are we losing my wife?
Why are you not paying attention?
Because I'm dying. I'm sorry.
hey, squared up.
Diana is stepping away while you guys seek out the teleportation circle to help her
Okay.
people get prepared with the extra time.
Okay. So for a day we lose her?
For a day. She said to actually,
Okay.
not even a day. She said to come find her later after you find the teleportation circle.
Okay.
With Diana departing the party temporarily, you guys head to the Southern District where you go to the location that Corvo had sent y'all. And he is there waiting. He's leaned up against a building near a what would be a shady looking alleyway for the traditional passerby. You guys, though, more perceptive, you can see deeper in. There's what appears to be 2 kobolds playing a dice game. Corvo is kind of sat at the end of it, smoking a cigarette. He sees you all kind of walking up. I don't think I've shown off the new art for Corvo, which it's not really new. I've had it for a bit, but it has changed from what it was.
Ooh, I like this.
Mr. Corvo, which I'm not
that's so
fully
cool.
unconvinced. I got this one off of Pinterest, and there was a comment from a guy saying that he was pretty sure this was Corvo Atano from Dishonored 2, and now I'm like, well, that's just convenient.
That just kind of fits, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, fits the name.
But
Maybe just a slightly different hat. But yeah, that's our guy.
what's wrong with his hat?
He looks like a trilby.
That is not a
It's a
trilby.
newsboy cap, though. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Kind of. It's just, there's
up.
2 different styles.
You guys walk up, my party.
Okay, we got to kill Corvo now.
Hey, so can we go back to the old plan of just attacking now?
As you guys start walking up, he kind of sees y'all, he clocks y'all, he drops the cigarette at his feet and kind of stamps it out with his foot. Wow! Exile Regalia! It has been some time. It sounds like you guys are requesting my services.
Yes, we were trying to see if we can find a teleportation circle belonging to the Hellfire Assembly for when they, well, attacked Dragon's Reach so not too long ago.
You know, it's actually funny. I've actually been doing a bit of investigating into that. Because ever since we found the teleportation circle in the Docks District, we've had the city guard, I should say, have had a bit of round-the-clock surveillance of it on the one that was previously found, and, well, no one has come through the circle since it was discovered, meaning that whoever has been using it, whoever's on the other side, likely abandoned it, and if I were a betting man, they probably scrubbed the portal on the other side, started anew. Which brings up your point. Obviously, they're getting in the city somehow. Meaning, there has to be another circle. And to that end, I have come to the conclusion that there is actually very likely a coven underneath the streets of Dragon's Reach.
Oh,
A
brilliant.
little pocket of their followers.
Not unlike the one that you guys encountered in Vanier, but or like the ones that a few of your allies have been. What's the name? Amos. Him and Fallweather have
Yes.
requested my services a number of times, trying to get Marrow and I to point out a few of these locations. Though Marrow has been more open to it than I am. I've been doing more local investigations. To that end, like I said, I believe there's a coven and a circle here within the city limits. I've managed to narrow it down. I believe the coven is somewhere within the city sewers. I have no real jurisdiction in the city. I don't have a license, so I haven't really been able to divert resources to investigating, so it's been kind of slow, but I did pick up a few leads, and I think I have a location that we can start with.
Well, what do you have?
Well, there is by the central plaza, the Great Fountain. There's a shopkeep who lives around the plaza named Vanna. She mentioned that she has seen people entering the Great Fountain via a hidden stairwell, something hidden under the tile or the stone. You see, Vanna is an insomniac, and her bedroom window just happens to look out to the Great Fountain Plaza. She has informed me that, as I said before, she has seen people coming and going from this secret entrance. She tried to report it to the city guard. City guard was unable to do their jobs and find it. You know how the story goes. As I previously said, I don't have jurisdiction or a license to operate in Dragon's Reach. I can't really begin to investigate it without giving myself away to the cult, if that is where they are, by having the city guard asking me too many questions. But with good old Exilia Regalia watching my back, perhaps we can get down there and find your teleportation circle, provided it's down there, without nary a hair split. What do you say? Good old adventure with your old friend Corvo again.
I don't mind being your loophole, no.
I wasn't going to say the term, but it did cross my mind.
Sure.
Well, then what are we waiting for? He claps his hands and he begins to take off in a firm strut down the street.
Following. He kind of looks back to the group. He's got a lot of pep in his step.
Let's see how it goes.
As you guys are kind of walking, heading towards the Grand Center Plaza. He kind of turns to you. So, what have you guys been up to? It's been a hot minute since you came and chatted with your old buddy Corvo. I honestly thought you may have forgotten about me.
Unfortunately, with how busy our schedules are day to day, it requires our attention to be, well, pointed elsewhere.
Oh, I understand, and I'm not offended either. I know you guys are out there slaying cults, saving cities, doing, hero things. Dare I say, your group's name has passed my ear more than a few times from some of the fine folk around here.
We did stop a war recently.
That too! Impressive stuff. Impressive stuff, my friends. Then there's just me, old little Corvo, doing his little detective job. But,
Oh,
dare I say, it does make its own difference. And I'm happy to do it. Somebody has to. Somebody has to stand up for the lesser folk, the ones that think nobody else has got their back.
Doesn't matter if the gesture is grand nor small, it is still still there and appreciated.
Damn right.
It is worth it. I mean, we're off doing these high-flying adventures, but someone's gotta watch the fort. And you're a detective, so keeping a low profile, isn't that kind of a good thing too?
Thinking of picking up like a name, like a title, something that kind of gives like local hero vibes, gives the smaller folk a little bit of hope. I don't know, maybe like friendly neighborhood Blackwell or something.
That is way too wordy.
You think so? I'll go back to the drawing board on it.
If you want to I don't know, symbolize yourself, something short and sweet and easy to say, especially for those who are not as, well, verbose as, say, myself.
Well, dare I ask then, do you have any suggestions?
This has never been my forte.
It took us this long to figure out what we're actually going to name ourselves, and we didn't even do it.
Yeah, like, it took us like 3 years. It's crazy.
Back to the drawing board then. No worries, I'll come up with something good. Probably.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, actually. The Sentry.
The Sentry. Perhaps, though.
Always watching out.
I do like that. That does make it sound like I do go around beating up random criminals, though, but I guess that is kind
fair
of
enough.
the point. Also, Sindri may take me to court for that one.
Oh. That might be where I got it from. Okay, yeah, never mind.
Ah, it's fine. I'll come up with something. For now, I am just a little old Corvo. But, as you guys are beginning to arrive in the central plaza, we're not going to really make a scene, but obviously this is going to be a bit weird as I'm going to start trying to figure out where the secret entrance is. My guessing is that it's somewhere there's a hidden switch probably laid amongst the brick around here. So, merely divert anyone who has any questions, especially any city guard, if that's okay. Corvo Knight. God damn it. That's
Just
good.
like a Raven sigil.
That's good.
I mean, he's free to take it. Why do I suddenly feel like I'm vulnerable to bludgeoning damage?
Why does that person with cat ears and a nun's hat coming at me with malicious intent?
Oh, also, while I'm doing this, keep an eye out if, the cult is oftentimes prepared. Chances are they likely have a lookout somewhere around here for anyone snooping. So if you notice anyone strange, please point them out.
Can do.
Great. And unless there are any questions for me, Corvo is going to go over and he's going to begin investigating.
No, I think I'm good. I will just see if I can help out with keeping an eye out.
Corbin will do his best to distract the populace away from Corvo.
Excellent. Perhaps a little performance to draw some prying eyes.
Yeah, actually, let's go ahead and do that, but make sure he's at least close enough to where he could just like pop in once Corvo figures it out.
Right.
So like 30 feet away.
Okay. Go ahead and for Shiggles, roll me a performance check.
This will be good.
Yeah, I know.
Oh god, I just realized the fucking modifier.
Yeah,
25.
All right.
I rolled a 7, 25.
Oh, you guys are
I
level
love it.
19.
I love expertise.
It's good. So does Corvo, looking at his investigation stat. What about the rest of y'all? What are the rest of y'all doing as Corvo begins to start drawing a crowd with this ditty that he's playing?
I will use my druid skills to look good.
Okay, perception check.
$29.
I saw that natural 20 you almost
Yeah.
got.
Yeah.
By the 20.
Yeah. What about the rest of y'all? Rovan, Corey, I almost said River, Lily.
Wouldn't mind taking a look around myself.
Okay, perception check.
8.
Dirty 20.
8.
You guys begin kind of scoping out around this courtyard. Corey and Rovan, between Corvin's performance going on, drawing a crowd, and Corvo, who is actively stabbing at seemingly random points between bricks on the ground right next to the grand fountain. It's a bit of a scene before you. Lily and Flit, you guys take a bit of a more careful eye. You recall what Corvo said about possibly seeing anyone out of place or anyone with cult connections, scouts. Nothing sticks out to you. About a minute of the scene goes by, and all of you would see Corvo, even Corvin, because Corvin, I know that even though you're playing, you're also focused on what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Corvo seems to find like a wedge between one of the bricks and lifts up what appears to be a loose brick from the floor. He sets it to the side, and he very quietly, very slowly, as trying not to draw too many more eyes, begins lifting what appears to be a metal grate. He grabs the handle of a metal grate and starts lifting it up. It's a metal grate with a very thin layer of brick seemingly plastered over it to give it the impression that it is part of the brick flooring. Corvo, who looks as giddy as a schoolgirl, begins kind of flagging you guys down. Flit, you would see it first. Lily, you would also see it, just not quite as quick as Flit. You guys would notice two members of the city guard a bit of ways away. One of them kind of points out Corvo, and they begin to start walking over. What do you do?
A couple of guards, you said?
Two of them.
Okay.
Let me know they are city guards, not full military men.
Right. I guess, I guess we moved to intercept, right?
If that is your prerogative.
What we'll move to intercept.
Okay. Flit, you move up to cut these two men off. What do you say or do, even?
Excuse me.
Yes.
Excuse me. Hold on. I had it and then I lost it.
It's okay. Take your time.
It's okay, Rocky. You take your time.
Does it look like they recognize me in particular by, like, just me?
Insight check.
That will frame how I approach this. 24.
You do notice that as you approach, they do kind of stiffen up a little bit. There is a semblance of recognition.
Gotcha.
As you can imagine, your group's name and probably your faces have made the circulation of the city guard here in Dragon's Reach. So it's not that much of a surprise that they would be familiar with your group. You or your
Gotcha.
group.
Hi, can I, do you have a moment? I need some help.
Yes, ma'am. Whatever we can do. And you see that one of them is kind of like trying to look past you towards Corvo, but is very obviously distracted by you because you're also kind of a big deal.
Mm-hmm. So, recently, I seem to have lost a friend of mine. And I can't believe they went out to the city to try and find something. Ordinarily this wouldn't be a big deal. I could handle it by myself, but they're, she kind of leans in. They're a shapeshifter.
Uh-huh. Go on.
They're harmless, really. But I kind of want to keep track so that he doesn't get into too much trouble. I'm mentally thinking, I'm so sorry I'm throwing you under the bus, Toshi. He's a friend of mine. He really likes, like, fruits, and I'm concerned that he doesn't quite know what money is. I'm trying to see if I can, maybe head him off before he causes a problem.
Deception check with advantage.
Hooray! This will go well! 14.
14. You see one of them is like still trying to like look past you, but they hear your requests and they go, all right, ma'am, we will, we'll do what we can. I'll let a few of the other squads know. We'll have eyes out. Do you have a description? Well, I guess you said they're a shapeshifter. That's going to prove quite difficult.
I have a name. They might respond to it if you use it specifically. If you see someone who is just, you know, doesn't know how shops work, it just seems to go and, you know, eat something, or just pick something up, or something similar, see if they respond to the name Toshi, and say that, I'm looking for them.
That name will help. We appreciate the service, ma'am. We will go and investigate the markets. And you see, he kind of looks past you again. If you aren't too troubled, I know you and your friends have done quite a bit of work for our city. There is a man over there acting quite strange. As he's, you know, he's talking about Corvo.
Yeah. Oh, I can take care of that. You're doing a favor for me. I'll do a favor for you. I'll make sure that we, you know, if he's doing something untoward, I'll make sure to take care of it.
We appreciate the assistance, ma'am. He'll kind of reach over and he'll kind of tap his buddy on the shoulder, and they will turn around and start walking away from the plaza.
Flit will turn back and walking to the group. And he's just like heading back. Oh, just gonna whisper to Toshi, who is always by her side. Your little, your love of oranges is paying off today.
You see that they do kind of like an affirming, like their eyes kind of glisten a little bit. As your group begins to circle back around on Corvo, looking down at this grate that he's pulled up, it reveals a small, very tight stairwell. It goes down probably roughly from this look, probably roughly about 20 feet. Maybe closer to 15. But regardless, it looks like it seemingly descends down into the sewers. It is tight. It's a bit dark as you get a bit further.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like the lead has paid off.
As Flit returns, he goes, find what we were looking for then?
Seems like it. Provided that you all are ready, we can descend at any time.
Sooner the better.
Corvin, you could see from your kind of like your perch, quote unquote, you can see that your friends have all gathered around Corvo once more.
Yeah, he'll finish up and do a very like over-exaggerated bow and return to the group.
Corbin, you do get the combined total of fucking nice of the combined total of 69 silver pieces.
Fuck yeah. So making a quick detour, is there like any like are there any like, I don't know, less fortunate people like just kind of hanging about this this plaza?
Oh, unfortunate.
Sorry.
Perception check.
Ah, fuck. Yeah. 22.
You do see, not too far away, there is a individual who is kind of sat like just inside of an alley, who looks like they've had better days. They're a bit disheveled. That's likely a viable target for what you're aiming for.
Yeah, because, like, he just kind of looks at the silver, thinks to himself, man, this is like not even an eighth of what I usually make. And then just goes up towards that individual, says nothing. Like, he absolutely just says nothing. He just puts all that silver in a bag and just hands it off. And again, just walks away without saying or doing anything.
This individual does see you approach. You pass the bag off to them, and as you are already leaving, they kind of open up the bag, and then they kind of scramble back up to their feet as they call out to you as you're already on your way away. God bless you, kind soul.
Returns to the group.
Corvin,
Yeah.
you have received the blessing. Your next ability check, regardless of what it is, will have an extra 1d4 added to it.
Wait, what? Oh, fuck.
Enjoy that.
I am. Hope so.
Free guidance, essentially. Well, not free, but
But yeah, he just kind of... The moment he gets there, he's like, alright, so... How goes about you all?
well, provided that we are ready to descend, suggest holding your breaths.
Casually uses alter self to give themselves gills.
Are you guys ready to descend down into the Dragon Reach sewers?
Yes.
Everyone else?
Preemptively just smacking himself with prestidigitation.
Never have you been more thankful for this spell.
I never once doubted my teachers when they said this would be the most important thing I ever learned. I thank them every day.
Fire,
it's not a-
stinky.
Dingo.
Stinky of man.
It's not an RPG. There isn't a sewer level.
We're at lava level.
If you hang out in the sewers long enough, you'll start getting the little like cartoon like squiggles above your head.
Yeah.
But with that being said, you all begin to descend down into what is admittedly pretty dark territory. And as mentioned before, pretty ripe territory. And I'm going to change our music. And I am going to pull up our map.
Meh.
I have a cave thing in here somewhere. Hold on. There you go. Is it this? Yeah, there you go. There are no bats, but it's fine.
Oh, sorry, I was wild shaping again.
You all will probably need to zoom out a bit to find your tokens, but everyone should have perceivers.
Ooh.
I have
Good.
Perceptione.
Are you
It found
sure
it
this isn't a
immediately.
sewer level?
It is a sewer level.
Oh. Alright, backing up to CG's
Yeah.
thing.
Oh!
It's not an RPG. There's no sewer level. Yeah, it fucking is.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
actually some really good, like, water look.
Thanks. I didn't make this map.
You're welcome for finding it. Thank you.
Yeah,
Hey.
whoever made this map, you did great.
Shout out to patreon.com/godxmode. God mode. But
Brr, 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 brr.
I would like, as we all get down here, I would like y'all to go ahead and roll initiative.
Ooh.
Oh, initiative.
And Lily just goes like 27 or something casually.
So
As
Good
I
roll
go
for
25,
Corbin.
what the fuck?
It's a
Good
9
roll
for Flit.
Corvo.
21! Fuck! Close.
Ooh,
Damn it, Corbin.
20.
Damn, y'all. Corvo with a 23.
You know what? I will take the 19. I will take not being first.
A true blessing
Yeah.
and curse.
You're not first,
Hey.
you're last.
Hey, can I have some of that initiative luck?
No. No, you can't.
Oh.
You're the druid, no.
Okay, gamers. We're about to enter a dungeon crawl. We are going to, like we did recently, we're going to do the same thing that we did before in terms of exploring as well as combat, provided there is combat. We're going to proceed forth in initiative order. I will, in this circumstance, if you would like to secede your turn to allow your other teammates to go, you are welcome to do so. You are welcome to skip your turn in regards to exploration, I should say. But with that, as you guys touch down on this landing and the dank, dark sewer begins to fill your senses, Corvo goes, "Shit, it's dark down here. Hold on. Unlike some of y'all, I don't have dark vision." As he pulls out what appears to be a lantern and kind of turns the dial on it a couple times, and it flicks to life. Corvo is providing a source of light for those of you without dark vision.
Oh no, I just realized. The initiative count is Corvin, Corvo, Corray.
Yes! Yes!
Oh my
Yes!
God damn it!
Finally!
I can't fucking escape it, bro!
4.5 years down the line, and we're still giving you new headaches.
Nobody in campaign 2 is going to be allowed to have names that start with the same fucking syllable.
You
Same
fight
fucking
me.
sound.
Punk, we have to coordinate.
You got it.
I joke.
See, I sound mad, but honestly, it is very funny how often it happens.
It's a great bit.
But, with that being said, I don't exactly know what we're going to find down here or where we're going, so I guess we should try to remain as, well, to the best of our ability, as quiet as possible. I could take the lead if you want, or one of you more durable types, as he's looking directly at Rovan, can lead the way should you choose. With that being said, Corvin, is your turn.
Not wanting to be here longer than he has to, Corbin will just kind of move back to let, himself, to let Rovan and or Corvo to kind of pass through.
So
I guess just ready, what's up?
I should just mention for clarification, because I didn't really go over the layout of what you guys are looking at the moment. So this is the stairwell that you descended down. This is how you entered here. You have, over on the right, you have on the right, or I guess the east and to the south, you have sewer gates that is allowing water to flow down to lower levels. And then on each side of these gates are to say gates is a bit repetitive, but iron doors for you to pass through. Iron grated doors for you to pass through.
Yeah. Well, he wanted to kind of move back just in case, like, Corvo or Rovan needed to go towards, like, the eastern doors, or if they were going to continue to go down south.
Heard. So you're just stepping out of the way for now?
Actually, from where he's at, could he like see any kind of like markings or anything that the Hellfire Assembly would have used to kind of, I guess, mark any kind of directions?
Investigation check.
I'm okay with those. 26.
Markings? No. But you do notice... I had to just double check. Yeah. You have a high enough passive perception for it. A little bit down this way, around here, you do notice the odd speckle of blood on the floor. There's a door down here, a set of double doors down near the bottom of this staircase here, and I can actually draw this. Hold on, I'll just do a little bit. Nope, not what I want. Hold on. I want just like a dot. Just give me like a dot. Hold on. Freehand. Bit. Little blood splatter there, right by that door.
Corbin will notice that and kind of point it out towards everybody in like kind of like a hushed tone. Right there on the other side of that door, towards the south. It seems to be some blood splatters. They don't look above you. Do they look fresh, or do they look like they've been there for a little bit?
You'd have to get closer to be able to tell.
Okay. I'm not sure how fresh it is, but it could be a step in the right direction.
I should also make note that in terms of ambient noise going throughout these sewers, there is the sound of the... rushing is not the word I would use, but flowing water that is kind of masking some sound down here. But you can also hear the footfalls of the crowd above. Of the streets above. The hustle and bustle. So, while it is quieter down here than it would be up on the city streets, it's not quiet, per se. Alright. Corvin, would that be your turn?
It would be, yes.
Okay. Corvo would look to that door that you just pointed out with the blood splatter and be like, well, what do you think? Is it worth investigating? Kind of just addressing the group in general.
Could be a good step.
Well, into the fray, I suppose. And he'll kind of take a step back, and then he'll take a running leap. Ha! And he'll roll an athletics check. Ooh, that's a good check. That's 21. As he touches down on the other side. And here's where I get to cover. Should you choose to jump across the water from one side to the other, you will need to pass a athletics check based on your strength score. The DC is dependent on your strength score. So we'll kind of touch on that as we get to it. So Corvo has a strength of 12, so he needed to beat. Let me see. So he needed to beat a DC 14. Actually, hold on. What's the jump length bullshit for this? You leap into the air a number of feet of 3 equal to your strength modifier if you move 10 feet or more. Damn, really? That's kind of crazy. So 15 feet. What about... well, long jumps. Hold on. Yeah, so a standing long jump. Corvo technically wouldn't have the distance to make that foot or that gap, so he wouldn't need to make the athletics check, which he succeeded on because he got a 21. But with that being said, he will move down to the spot here. Actually, wait, hold on. So 5, 20. So he'll come there. How much more speed do you have? Oh, he have 45 speed. Damn, he's crazy. He is a rogue. He's a rogue monk. Fucking insane motherfucker. So he will come over and he'll kind of kneel down. And what is your passive perception, Corvo? 17? Nice. So as he kind of paused there for a moment and he's knelt down looking at the blood, he'll turn back to your group. He'll throw a finger up in like the shush motion, and he'll kind of nod his head towards the door that he's next to. That will be his turn. Up next is Koray.
Hi.
Hi.
I can't see shit.
You can't see shit?
Well, I mean, you know, I'm not around the corner yet.
Oh, I thought you
Mine's
meant.
directional
I
lighting,
thought
I
you
know.
meant you didn't have vision. I
No,
see.
sorry, hold on. I'm balancing the push to talk and then my mute button because Dad and everyone's moving around again.
You're good.
Can I move?
Yes. You're gonna go in the water? I don't recommend going in the water.
No, Corey. Get in the water.
Get in the water. October 31st. So rounding that corner there, Corey, you do see Corvo, who is drawing attention to this door. There is seemingly
I have a
something.
question.
Okay, yeah.
How long do you think we're gonna be down here longer than an hour? Probably.
An in-game hour?
Yeah.
Likely.
Oh wait, but if shit breaks out, I'm popping water walk. We ain't getting in this gross shit.
Honestly, at that point, I'd suggest you just do it.
I want to see
Does-
CG's random thing real quick.
Does water walk apply to sewage?
I mean, it's
Water, any liquid
it's water,
surface.
yeah. It's disgusting, but it's water still, right?
I know.
As long as it's lava, I mean, not lava. Lava would still hurt, but
Ah,
we
cool.
will be submerged.
CG, I hate that. Inversely, we're gonna make a swarm of crabs stat block. How's that sound?
Oh, we'll become
Well-
crab. Alright, so 5, 10, 15. Can I hop across here?
So that is an iron gate. That is just so the water can flow through. You can, if you do the water walk though, you can just walk across right here.
Let's go ahead and drop one.
You're gonna go ahead and drop it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Lily. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Up to
30.
10 willing creatures, so everyone can get the effect of this.
All right.
That trivializes the
What's
traversal
this?
here.
35,
I mean-
40.
Truth be told, I still don't want to walk on sewage.
How much is your
Your
movement,
shoes
Corey?
touch sewage pretty much every day. What?
How much more movement do you have, Corey?
I have 5.
Okay.
I'm at 40.
How about you just come right here so you can walk on the water? So right here, Corvin pointed it out. Corvo is currently investigating it. There is a small spatter of what appears to be decently old blood on the floor. It's definitely darker, so you can tell it's been there for a while. With your passive perception, as you kind of come up to the spot where Corvo is, you do hear the sound of voices on the other side of this door. Can't quite make out what they're saying, but you do hear them.
Sorry, run that last bit by me again. There's a lot more barking.
No, it's okay. You can, with your passive perception, hear the sound of voices on the other side of this door. You can hear a couple voices, but you cannot tell what they're saying.
But I can gather at least 2 different voices.
I'll say your passive perception is high enough to where you can make out that it is 3 separate voices.
Corey will relay that to the group, but just quietly if she can.
Okay.
And I guess that'll be her turn.
Up next is Rovan. Rovan?
Frost, you are muted.
Sorry, I was trying to think of something that might help.
You're good.
Do, 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 do. Probably going to. Let's see, that was 5%. Gonna leap over.
You can leap over if you want, but let it be known that y'all do have water walk now, so y'all can just cross normally.
Ah, yeah, that's right.
Corey has trivialized traversal in this place.
Trivialize.
He's going to mouth to Corey. Thank you.
Don't owe me.
I'll buy first rounds. Alright, I'm going down here.
Rovan, what's your passive perception again?
11.
Okay. Are you stopping in that same spot as Corvo?
I don't want to take up Corvo's space, so... He'll kind of look to Corvo and mouth. Like, flank, as in question mark. Other side.
He'll nod in agreement.
Rovan will go over to flank.
Heard. Okay.
And he'll... As he flanks, he'll kind of hold action and mouth darkness.
Imprisoning me.
Oh, that's right.
Rovan, with your passive perception, as you pass by the door, you hear the muffled mutterings of voices on the other side. Unfortunately, unlike what Corey said, or what Corey was able to hear, you can't tell how many there are or what they're saying. However, based on what Corey said earlier, informed the group earlier, you can deduce that it is 3 voices.
Copy that.
You know that it's 3 voices based on what Corey said, but you cannot make out the 3 individual voices.
Understood. We'll just flank on the other side. Hold action for a casting of the darkness spell.
Heard. That brings us to Lily.
Lily's gonna stand there to not get in the way, because everyone else has a lot more movement than Lily does.
Don't you have like 30 feet?
legs.
Don't you have like 30 feet?
Yeah, that's standard.
You also should probably have like 10 feet more because of the boon we got.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I'm right in the doorway in everyone else's way.
Fair enough.
You're just gonna hang out there for Lily?
I could see through the doorway, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I
Okay.
can technically see what's going on. So Lily, I feel like I'm safe there. I
Okay.
can watch the back.
That'll bring us to Flit.
So Flit's gonna walk up to the water, seeing everyone just kind of walk across, and then look in the water and see something brown and unsavory float by, and she's gonna try and jump across.
What's your strength
Athletics.
score?
It's a big old goose egg.
Big old goose egg. All right. Athletics check 15.
Oh, nat 20.
Nice. In a feat of unrenowned athleticism, you are able to clear that gap with little issue.
So she's gonna get here a bit of centered. Let me just double check. Actually, no, I'll stand back a little bit, and she's gonna whisper the best that she can, as she's going to cast Pass Without Trace.
Excellent. I'm going to give you your aura.
What up?
In the meantime, is that your turn?
Yes, I'm gonna get the Pass Without Trace up, and that's it for me.
Okay. That brings us to Corvin.
You know when you're like trying to step around something gross,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, no, Corbin's fucking like trying to quickly tiptoe across the water to not to like get over it as much as humanly possible, or elvenly possible in his case.
Great.
But so that was like, what was that, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He will use his bonus action to phase step towards the other side here,
Okay.
just for a good vantage point.
Excellent.
And that should be turn.
Okay. Come to Corvo. Rovan, it sounds like you're holding your action. So Corvo is going to come here. He's going to kind of give a countdown. 3, 2, 1. And he's going to push open the set of double doors. On the other side of this set of double doors, you are presented with what appears to be a small, like, a morgue, maybe? There are 4 coffins, 2 across, or 2 on one wall, 2 on the other, and then a large one a bit further in. More than that, we were presented with gentlemen.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello. I'll just give, I'll make these a bit bigger so you guys can have your fun discovery of what these guys look like.
What in the fucking warp did spat this out?
2
Damn.
cult fanatics decorated in chains and spikes, bandanas across the eyes, and then another one who, coated in blood, appears to be reciting some sort of prayer or gospel. As the doors swing open, they are all caught off guard. Rovan, your darkness spell goes off. Throw that up for me, my friend.
Of course, will do. Darkness, second levels.
Impersonating me. Oh, then I see.
Also, all wrong.
There you go.
Darkness. 15-foot radius. So let me measuring tool. Linger. Circle. And where is your starting point for this?
Mind if I move my token up just to be able to see him a little better?
Yeah.
Considering all things, probably gonna be right here, in between these two.
Like that?
Yeah.
Great.
That way it catches all three of them.
Okay.
And hopefully they don't have a way to see through magical darkness.
Hopefully. Darkness goes up. I'm going to add them to the turn order. And I'm going to... We are going to go into combat. You guys are going to get the benefit of a surprise round. They also rolled like shit on initiative. So, with that being said, I need battle music. Appropriate music, I think.
I always like this one.
And that will bring us to that will be your held action. Corvo. Well, Corvo don't got me into seeing through magical darkness, so this is not exactly good for him. So what he is going to do is that he's going to hold his attack action in the event that one of them comes out within range of him. You go to Corey. Corey, Rovan has dropped a layer of darkness upon some unsuspecting heads within that chamber.
Now I can't hit him with something.
You can hold your action if you want.
Sorry.
I'm holding heat metal
Okay. Excellent. Heard.
at 4th level. Alright,
4th level.
hold it.
Heard. All right.
Smacking the shit.
We go to Rovan. Rovan, you, with your ability to see through magical darkness, you are able to see as the three of them are beginning to become... One of them is beginning to become a bit frantic at the sudden loss of sight. The herald up here.
All right. 5, 10. I'd be able to get out here, yeah?
You be able to what?
Actually,
So these
Would I be-
are coffins.
mm-hmm.
So you would have to scale those.
Wouldn't be too hard, would it?
No, but it would take an extra 5 feet of movement to get up there.
That's fine. So that's like, I already moved 5 feet, so this would be 15, 20.
How much do you weigh?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I weigh
With your gear.
236 pounds.
That's with your gear?
Correct.
Excellent. Continue.
Down here,
Okay.
draw Raikiri. Non-lethal attacks.
Okay.
Going to target this gentleman right here.
Okay. Go for it.
Alright. Would this be normal or an advantage because of darkness?
Blinded
Probably
does
normal.
not give advantage, so, but it is a surprise round. I forget, surprise round, does that give you advantage on attacks?
No.
Then no.
Okay, so just be normal attacks. Alright,
Wait.
two-hand.
You do have advantage. Blinded does create advantage against the target.
Oh, okay, even better. Alright, gonna two-hand non-lethal strike with Raikiri.
Okay.
First attack. 26.
That'll hit.
No, wait. 28? 28 damage?
Where's the extra 6 coming from?
So,
Oh, Divine Strike.
11th level. Yeah, well, the 6 Radiant, that's actually coming from the 11th level of Paladin.
Yes.
Improved Divine Smite. You get permanent Radiant damage.
Yeah, you do. Okay, great. So that was what, 28?
Correct.
Excellent.
And gonna do a second attack if he's still up.
Yeah.
Alright, continuing the non-lethal approach. 27.
27 will hit.
33.
Jesus Christ. You needed 32.
Oh!
As you bum rush this man, and on the second strike, you grab him and you actually like force his head down onto the large coffin behind him, and he is unconscious. Is that your turn?
That is everything I can do at this current moment.
Okay. At the end of your turn, you hear the sounds of the lids of the coffins behind you. You begin to hear the sounds of scratching and the denizens of them seemingly fighting against their confinement. I need to make a couple rolls. Wow, you all passed that, huh? That's a little nutty. Okay. The rest of you hear the sounds of the lids of the coffins being moved. Rovan, you, as the lids are removed from these coffins, you get the distinct stench of undead as what appeared to be 4 vampire spawns lash up from the confines of these coffins.
Oh, we're in the coffin shop! We're in the coffin shop!
Ooh.
I will now add them to initiative.
I am so happy we have a bunch of people with a bunch of radiant damage.
Yeah. Kind of sucks you lost your cleric, though.
Yeah.
She had important business.
She did. Y'all got it. Y'all can handle it. Y'all got 2
Care for a cup
paladins.
of coffin?
Yeah.
You got not 1, but 2 paladins. You hear Corvo from the door go, "Come on, what is that?"
Two
Oh, wow.
living, 4 vamps.
That they also did not roll well on initiative.
Hooray!
Hooray! Is that your turn, Rovan?
Yeah, just yelling out two living cultist members, 4 vamps.
Great. It's Lily's turn.
Okay, where's the door at?
The door is
way
down
down.
here.
I don't want to stand right in the doorway.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. Wait. I can... I wish I could make this area darkness without it being weird and stupid.
20, so 25,
I'll just do this for the meantime.
30.
Nah, that's stupid. I shouldn't have done that. Lily,
Yes.
you have 10 feet of blind sight.
I do have 10 feet of blind sight.
There is a target in front of you.
There is a target in front of me.
Murder.
I'm going to stab it.
Do it.
And I would get advantage because the target's blinded too, or is it just... Isn't the room dark?
The room is dark. I have to double check if vampires have any sort of... Well, this is magical darkness, so... Yeah, they'd be blinded too. So yeah, advantage.
Teehee.
Kill him.
31?
That'll hit.
Do you want me to go ahead and do all 3 attacks first?
Yeah, why don't you?
23?
Oops, ignore that.
And 25.
All those will hit. Roll damage.
We got 11, 14, and 17.
Remind me, does Dandelion do an extra D8 to undead?
Oh. Hold on. Let me actually pull up my sheet. I think you're correct.
Because I believe it's a
If it's-
sun. It's based off a sunblade.
Yes, it
If
is.
it's based off Sunbladed, yeah.
Yes.
So go ahead and add an extra D8 to each of those rolls.
So I'll just roll 3 d8s then.
Yeah, do it. Whew!
Damn.
Sheesh!
20?
So what is that total? So 25, 42, 62.
High
Sheesh.
five, Pally bro.
Sheesh! Okay.
And then let me double check, make sure I can't do anything with my bonus action. No, I don't think there's anything else I can do with my turn, so that should be it.
Okay. That brings an end to your turn. Oh, I'm an idiot. I thought Corvo was full human. I forgot he's a half elf. He does have dark vision. Oh, well, too late now.
He's being considerate for Flip.
He is being considerate for Flip.
I'm isolated in the blind club.
Yeah. Lily, you begin to just pierce into the vampire spawn in front of you. It is hurt badly, but it is still up. We go to the cult fanatic's turn, and then we go straight through the Flit.
Okay, so Flit's going to take a step up. Going to dip in the room and see nothing.
Yeah, it's dark in there.
Yeah, it sure is dark in there. So Flit's going to, as soon as she sees that it's very dark in there, step out of the room. Just be like, you know what, you guys let me know if you need healing.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Alright. Comes up to the vampire spawn's turn. This is interesting because they're technically not surprised, but it is during the surprise round, so I'm gonna count it. So we're gonna pass through their turn. The Herald is already down, so I can just take him off initiative. And we're gonna go back up to Corvin.
I can't see shit in there.
No, Ravon made damn good sure you couldn't, buddy. Ravon's strategy was sound. However, TM.
However, he is bad at math. I don't want to make that worse. That has to be the one I have. I gotta see that. That's stupid. Okay. So as Corvo like kicked open the door, like Corvin would have at least been able to see somebody like. Now this I know it sounds metagaming, but he would have been able to see the guy like that was like someone standing in that particular spot, right?
You would. Before it dropped.
Okay, so this is stupid, but I'm gonna pull out my gun. I'm gonna fucking. This is gonna be with disadvantage, I know, but he's literally shooting blindly into the darkness.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead and make your roll.
13?
You know what? I actually didn't pull up the stat block, so hold on, give me a second. 13 is just short.
That's
As
about
you
right.
pull out Ebony and you fire, and there is a resounding crack of gunshot that filters its way through these tunnels.
He will keep an ear out for any kind of, I guess, reinforcements. But he's gonna stay his happy ass right there, and that's turn.
Okay. I need to just roll something real quick. Yeah, no, that would be a failure. Corvin, you realizing what you've done, you look off a bit down the ways and wait for something to maybe round the corner, reinforcements or anything. And you watch as right here there is a, like, it looks like a body of mold drops down from the ceiling.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
Make me an Arcana check.
Yeah.
God, all y'all are rolling shit on initiative. What the fuck?
32.
My friend,
took a
that is a black pudding.
Oh, fuck that.
We took a page out of Juan's book and we stole all the good initiative rolls from your guys. Except me. I don't steal. I'm a good boy.
So what now?
It's a black pudding. It's a type of ooze.
Oozing right along.
It's corrosive. Look,
Disgusting.
it's eating this guy. Nope, that's not what I copied. Hello?
No!
Hello?
It's
I have
actually
now twice clicked copy image and it's not letting me. Hold on.
It's actually, you know what? I'll type it.
Here we go. It's eating that guy. It's an ooze. That being said, the black pudding got a whole 5 on initiative as they have a -3 dex. But with that, we go to Corvo, who kind of turns back around. Well, shit, we're in the thick of it now. And he is going to run down here to the... He's going to look down one way, look down the other, and then he's going to pull out his pistol, and he is going to take Do you have two attacks? I believe you do. You do. You are that high level monk. And he's gonna take 2 shots at the black pudding. Perforator, go! One of those is a crit. The other is a 21. So that is that many. Sheesh! Oh my god! That is... So I'll start on the crit, which was a 10 and a 6. So that's 21. No immunity to piercing damage. That's good. Love that for him. So 21. And then second one was also a 10. So another 15. So that's what? 36? I agree.
Whoa.
Sorry about that. My daughter just got home.
Now all of China knows that your daughter's home. And Corvo is going to use his bonus action and do nothing. That's going to be his turn. Corey.
Bonus action, loiter.
I still can't because his fucking darkness is up, right? Heat metal? The one that was planned over here?
Unfortunately, that is still darkness, so you still can't see.
That's what
those
I
figures.
asked, yeah.
Yeah.
So his darkness is still there. That's what I asked, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, the ooze don't look good, so wall of fire.
Okay. Go ahead and draw that for me.
And I guess, well, fuck. Hold on. Within range. There. I don't know what the shape is, but there you go. Or is it a straight line?
I'm double checking.
Which
I
is
think
like
it has
60
to be a
feet
straight line.
long.
Yeah, it has to be a straight line.
Bam! Go fuck yourself.
Okay. So, immediate thing. It can't go on the water.
Okay, go on?
It
Even
can't.
above?
No, it has
Using
to be
the
on the
floor?
surface. But if you
Starting over here, though.
so what?
This is on a surface.
Yes, but
So
the
all of it?
whole thing has to be on the surface. So what you could do is that you could just do that if you wanted. That will give you the same result.
Yeah.
Excellent. Hold that there. Let's see if this will work. Seeing if fire. Hold on. Burn. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That looked cool though.
That did look cool.
What if I do bubbling? Nope, still not. I want to make like... Whoa!
Explode.
I'm trying to see if I can like leave an effect there. It's fine. I'll just draw it.
I'm glad that they added effects into this.
Yeah,
That was really
I
nice.
just wish the effects would stay. Look. Pew.
Roll 20, please. Add more effects.
That's fine. Okay. Fire. Bingus. Okay, you can go ahead and drop it. Excellent. So, immediate dex save for our friend. He can't make that, actually. Physically cannot. So 5d8.
$18.
18. Excellent.
Dang.
As it begins to coil abruptly in pain from the random fire that spouted off in its spot.
It got pierced by hot metal, and then just hot was in its face.
And let it be known that this wall of fire does begin to brighten the chamber around it. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
We're back to Ravon.
You know what? Shit'll law just in case, and then yeah, turn.
Okay, great.
Tart, would I be able to get a little bit more sight in this room? Kind of blacked out for me.
It's blacked out for you.
Yeah, which is kind of weird.
Do you mind refreshing? Because I removed the thing. You shouldn't have any
Oh.
blockage.
Oh, okay. Here, let me do that. My apologies.
I put a darkness up, but I took it away, so it should be gone.
No, still there.
That is very odd. Huh.
I'll just I'll use the Twitch stream right now to see. So I believe there's a vampire right here.
Yes. Right in front of you.
Don't like that.
No, you don't.
No, I don't. For that one, I will do lethal.
Excellent.
2 strikes, but first, a bonus action.
Uh-huh.
Let me get my sheet back up again. Had to reload. So, bonus action, going to go with... Guardian Essence?
Guardian Essence.
Yeah. So, bump my AC up by 2. And give me some of the good stuff.
The good stuff.
And both attacks I will make with a first level Divine Smite.
Uh-huh, 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 uh-huh.
Alright, so here we go. First strike! 31?
31 will hit. And then I believe your Divine Smite will do an extra D8, correct? Because the
they're
target's
undead. Yeah, they're undead, so the 2d8 becomes 3d8.
Excellent. Roll it.
Alright, so let me roll 3d8.
So, Jesus, good God. Okay, so
30...
23,
40.
34, 49. Good God.
And that was the first strike.
Yeah.
Going for the second one. Oh no! This is gonna get ugly.
Wow, that,
Okay.
No kill like overkill.
Go ahead and drop it.
Okay, so first.
Uh-huh. Good thing you called it beforehand. Oh my good God. Holy God.
Okay, hold on.
So, 38,
that's-
52.
Okay, and that went from 3d8 to 68.
Yeah, it sure did.
Oh god, this is...
Good God.
24?
Good God.
I don't even know how much that is off
52, 76. Yeah, he turns to fucking ash. He's gone. He's just obliterated. That second
So
strike almost hit his full health pool.
So long, Gay Bowser.
Yeah.
Just
Pops out of existence.
It's literally just a boop on the nose. Just go. Boop.
I'm imagining it like they're rising slowly, except this one pops out like a fucking whack-a-mole. Ah!
Is that your turn?
And
Action, bonus action.
I'm going to move to where his spot was.
Okay. You will now have to step inside the coffin if you wish to remain there.
Good
The
point.
lid
good
lid
point.
has been removed.
I forgot.
Which
well,
you
then
can
never mind.
if you want, just making you aware.
Straddle it! Straddle the
What's up?
edges!
What?
Like, it's a bin, right? So if its edges are thick enough for your, like, feet to be on, like, straddle it. Don't stand in it. Depending on how big it is, obviously.
Technically, it could. It is a stone coffin.
Yep.
Yeah, just straddle in. Just go.
Okay.
Big steppy into the coffin.
Excellent. Alrighty.
That's my turn.
That brings us to Lily.
More stab.
Do it.
More stab.
Poke 'em.
Poke them till they pop.
This time do them one at a time.
Gee, I wonder why.
I wonder why, Smile.
And it's just normal now, right?
No, they're still blinded. You still have advantage.
Oh.
You got this.
$22.
Excellent. Good. That hits.
You want me to go ahead and roll damage now too?
Yes.
19.
That's a con save. Hold on. That is a pass. He's left at 1. You'll have to do another strike. I'm very sorry.
However, you forgot about the other D8.
I did forget about the D8. You needed the 1 point. As it turns to face you, though still seemingly unaware as to where exactly you are, being in magical darkness, and you lunge forward and actually pierce it through the back of the mouth, out through the back of its head. It has perished. You are able to tell where this one, and this one are via your blind sight.
Oh, then Lily's just gonna 5, 10, and stab some more.
Excellent.
And I'll just go ahead and do the 2 other ones.
Okay, do it.
That's a 19
Okay.
and 28.
Yeah, both of those will hit. Roll damage. Wow.
19 and
Good God.
16, and then
5. Up to 42. Excellent.
and then there's a extra 2d8 of radiant.
Yes. Okay. Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Alrighty. We have the 2 cult fanatics. Hey, Ravon, you're in magical darkness.
Yes.
Hey, it's kind of weird how the guys suddenly turn to face you, and then you look at them, And you notice that they have blindfolds on with blood running down where the eyes would be.
Noted.
One is actually going to go over to his buddy here. And he... I need to actually see... Hold on. I actually don't know how the spell works on a creature who is at 0. Because I would say yes, but I need to... That doesn't help me. All right. I
What's the
need
spell?
advice from my fellow DMs.
Yes.
Do temporary hit points bring a creature from 0 back out of consciousness?
No.
No,
No?
they do
Excellent.
not.
The
Then-
best way I heard it described, and I'm not sure where I heard it, but it might have been Jocat, is temp HP is putting on an extra set of clothing. If you're already dead and bleeding out, it's not going to staunch a wound.
Excellent. I love that. Okay.
Also, we've already ruled it when I can't remember who, but someone got knocked down back in like around the Sands of Haven, and I think it was like what, a sandworm.
Something like that.
I take this
Very
with a
well
grain of
wide-
salt because this
very
is
well
coming
wide
from
open.
the wiki how.
Okay. Well, he's not going to be able to do that then. Well, in that case, he's going to attack his target. This should go well. Yeah, I ain't doing. The two of them come over, and with these jagged, or rather, I should say, with the chains around their wrist, they actually come over and begin to swing them at you, trying to catch you with the barbed ends of them, and they both cling off of your armor. And that, well, unfortunately for them, that is going to be their turn. Come up to Flit.
Flit, looking at the thing in the fire, goes, "Oh, something I can see." And you know what? It could be more on fire. 32 for 7.
Excellent.
Sadly not the natural 20 on the other side.
Okay.
A 1, a 2, a 3, and a 1. Good lord.
Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's it for me.
Alrighty. We come up to the vampire spawn. I need to just check something. If it isn't in sunlight, takes radiant damage or damage from holy water. Okay, great. Alright. Vampires don't like being in the darkness. This one's going to come here. The one by you, Lily, is going to disengage. And is going to try to navigate its way out of the darkness. Excellent. It's going to come out here, where it's immediately confronted by you, Kore. He's burned his action, so he can't attack you, but he is now there. The other one, now being out of darkness, is also going to disengage with Rovan because it doesn't know it. Our target's outside. is going to come here. And is going to come here with targets that it can see. Fortunately for them, they both burned their actions, so they can't actually attack y'all. So that is going to be their turn. Up next is the Black Pudding. Wall of Fire hits at the start of the turn or the end? Let's see. On first time it enters on a turn or ends its turn there. Great. Hey, Mr. Black Pudding. You're in a bad way. He is going to use his action to dash. And he is going to ascend the wall next to him. He's going to go back up. And he's going to use the rest of his movement to get here while on the ceiling. So he is now out of the wall of fire. However, he is looking mighty toasty. That's all he's going to be able to do, though. Corvin, is your go. Hi, Nug. Nug, is Jake home? Trust me, the whole neighborhood knows now. Thanks, buddy. All of China knows your cringe, Nug. Yes, Corvin, it's your turn.
Seeing this absolute monstrosity coming towards him, yeah, no, he's gonna, not gonna, what did I pick for those again? Oh my god, I am no, you're good, I'm just trying to make sure I got this correct. Yeah, that's what I thought I did. Okay, so I am going to tear off a patch and machine gun this fucking Black Pudding with some magic missiles.
Okay.
$24.
That's exactly what you needed.
Yay!
As the Black Pudding drops limply from the ceiling, it is bombarded with a barrage of magic missile, and as it hits the edge or the walkway that you're on, Corvin, part of it dips down into the water and vanishes out of sight, while the rest slowly oozes down into the water out of sight.
I absolutely hate that. Then he'll turn towards the.
Real glad this isn't drinking water.
Oh god, I didn't think about it like that. Looks towards the one on that's near Kore, and looks towards her and goes, "Honestly, that's looked a lot better than you do right now." It's just mockery.
Widom. That's not a bad roll. That being said, as a 0... Oh, wait. I can't believe the vampire spawn has a +3 wisdom save modifier. Yeah, he matches, actually.
Well, beans. Yeah, that's turn.
Okay. We come to Corvo, who, seeing the threat encroaching upon Euphlit, is going to move over onto the other side. Wait, he has Water Walk. He doesn't need to. I was trying to get him to a viable position, but he's going to come right here. He's going to try to kind of like put his arm out to kind of like get you to step back. And he is going to start punching the shit out of this motherfucker.
Monk, 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 monk.
Flit, you notice that as he reaches forward and punches, he has a set of... Have you ever seen, like, the knuckle daggers?
Uh-huh.
He's going to use those, which allows him to use a sneak attack while using his unarmed strike.
Ooh, going for a kidney punch.
You know why? Because these turn his strength base unarmed strikes into dex based unarmed strikes.
Ah.
These make his unarmed strikes finesse weapons, I should say.
Should have dagger gloves.
It was already using his dag or his dex, but Now it makes his fist finesse weapons. So now he can be really mean. 19 hit. 29 hit. So I guess I'll start with the obvious one, which is that first strike. So 1d6 plus 5 for 7. And then 5d6 for a sneak attack. So that's 3 of them. So 13, 17, 19. 2 more. 20, 23 on that first strike as he comes around and does a big old like boxing hook and jabs this dagger into this thing's side. So 23.
Which one?
The one right here. And then he has one more.
Oh, I can't see one. Neat.
Can't see that one?
In front of Flit? No.
Really? That is
Might be
very
from the previous
odd.
darkness.
It's blank for me. I can see it on the stream over. Like I believe you.
That's
That's why I was like, your arms in front of what? Because for me, the other one's over. Her.
huh. Okay, weird.
Yeah, this one's blank. That's so funny.
Okay, good to know. Second strike. Oh wait, second strike was a hit. I just need roll damage. For 6 more. So 23, 29, and then he's going to flurry of blows. Whoosha! Unfortunately, neither of those hit as he's just short on both of them. So, a solid 29. That will be his turn. We are up to Kore.
Who has a Shillelagh staff she'd like to whack the vampire in front of her with.
Yeah, you would.
Ka-1. A soft 20?
That'll hit.
Do you want me to do the other one?
Yeah, do it.
Ka-2. 16.
16 will hit.
Oh, okay. Blam, 16 bludgeoning.
I'll just give it to y'all. Y'all are aiming for 15 on this.
Cool!
So 16, excellent.
Ka-thunk to the ribs. Ka-thunk to the head on the other side.
This one was already looking pretty damaged from what Lily did. That just puts even more of an impact in it. You have your bonus action still.
I wish I could just shove him, but that's not.
You could flurry of blows.
Let it rip. I've got my key points.
I don't know where the dog went. He was up here.
1 or 2? One more?
2. Flurry of blows is always 2.
Sorry, that did it twice.
Though it
So
needs-
a soft 20 and then the nat 12.
Flurry of blows, unfortunately, needs to be with your unarmed strikes.
Oh, da-da-da-da-da. Wait, the unarmed strike or the unarmed staff?
The unarmed
strike.
strike.
Okay, good.
There is
Okay,
no
good.
such thing as an unarmed staff.
Sorry, I have my unarmed staff attack. I don't know why we did that. It's a D6.
Staff knuckles.
Question mark. Oh well.
We'll look at it later.
Those two, 22 then.
13 does not hit, 22 does.
Let's see these new knuckle
Add 6
dusters in
more.
action. That seems low. Don't you get like +3 for your damage?
It's applied. Oh, wait. Hold on. Yeah, we didn't
Yeah,
put
looks like it's
the
applied.
knuckle duster modifier in there.
Oh, okay. Do
Oh.
does that go on the back end where? Under damage?
It would be the modifier in there. So there's a +1 modifier. We need to add another +2 to it.
Okay, so for the damage modifier?
Yes. So you
Or
have
the-
your +3 for the dex, and then there should be an additional modifier.
Mm-hmm.
Add 2 more to it.
Okay. Add 3 more to it. You already get +1 from the insignia of claws.
You're right. So
Ooh.
That's true.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you
Good
have an
item.
unarmed staff?
I don't know. Don't worry, I'm getting rid of it.
The staff is unarmed due to company policy.
Yep.
Alrighty. That brings us to Rovan. We're gonna try to speed run this.
You got it, Chief. Guy in front of me, East.
Mhm.
Non-lethal, hitting him twice.
Non-lethal. Heard.
So, I do have a question. They can see me in the dark.
They
'cause-
can.
well, okay, so would these attacks be normal?
They would be normal.
Okay, let me switch them back.
These
to normal
guys
then.
are not under the effect of blinded, if that helps.
Got it.
The blind,
And-
the blinded condition.
First hit. 35?
I'll do it.
Low end of things, but kind of assumed. So that's...
Bro really said 25 and said, yeah, low end.
Yeah, it is. Second attack. 19?
That'll hit.
Much better.
With that second strike, he will drop.
Whack, whack.
Is that your turn?
That is everything I can do. I'll yell out, Lily, still have one over here, non-lethal him.
Lily comes to you. Lily,
Sorry.
you could. Is your turn.
So, can I tell?
As you move forward, this guy is within 10 feet of you. You'll be able to detect him. He's technically within 10 feet. Oh. Oh no, the darkness! Hold on.
It
No.
is consuming.
That's actually not right anyway. There we go. You're able to detect this gentleman here.
Can I see the other one?
This one here? Both of those guys are down.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, can Lily tell that it's being non-lethal that's being done?
Ravon said non-lethal.
Okay. So Lily will take the back of her sword and whack him in the back of the head with it.
Do it. Roll your attacks.
And it'll be normal. Right?
Yes.
22. 24. 20.
All those hit. Roll your damage. $17. 20.
Oh my god!
Yeah, one more. 16.
That 20 was max damage.
Yeah, it was.
You paladins with your damage.
Wait, no, it wasn't. You rolled 6s, not 8s.
Oh.
Your max, I think, is 24.
Jeez.
But with that third strike, this man will also drop to the floor, unconscious. Is that your turn?
Yes, that is my turn.
Move to Flit.
Alright, so I guess I'm gonna try and put this to bed. Corey with the good idea earlier. Wall of fire.
Oh
Heading
my
straight
god.
up the-
Hold on.
It just works. It just works.
Just
It
gonna
just
do,
works.
It's gonna do a. Hold on.
I'm only gonna put it up and take it down immediately. I don't want my allies getting hit by
Oh,
this
okay.
shit.
Fair enough. Okay, so dex saves for the two of them.
Ease up blast
Didn't
spell.
Bethesda get bought by Disney?
Bethesda? No, not as far as I know.
No.
That'd
They
be news
worked
to me.
alongside Disney.
They both fail. One of them turns to ash. This one being up by Corey.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is hurt, but is still up.
Well, that's it for me.
Okay. It comes to the remaining spawn. Little bit of regeneration from their innate ability because he was not hit by Radiant this turn. He's gonna try to bite a Uflet.
No.
That's a 7. That ain't doing.
Get fucked.
Then a claw attack. That's a 12. That's even worse. Excellent. Well, Oren, is your turn.
I got patches left. Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking ballista the fuck out of this lady with the magic missiles.
Okay, do it.
22.
22. Excellent. She is hanging on, but not by much.
Bonus action.
Vicious
Looking
mock.
at her. Huh?
Vicious mock.
Yeah, he's just gonna look at her and go, "Listen, you're already 1 foot in the grave. Jump on in."
Hold on, wait. That line's kind of raw, actually.
Yeah, it is. That was a good one.
I like
I
it.
approve it. I approve
Thank you,
it.
thank you.
Where last time he rolled a 17 and then had the +3 modifier, this time he rolled a 16, meaning he just barely fails.
10 psychic.
Excellent. Hanging on by a thread. Just to wrap this up quickly, Corvo, seeing the moment of, we'll say, hesitation in the creature's stance, runs up, grabs it by the side of the head, forces it into the wall, and then with his other hand comes around and punches it square in the forehead. The dagger punctures its skull and implants inside the frontal lobe. And as he pulls out, there's a bit of gray matter stuck to the end of it that he kind of like, with a flick of the wrist, kind of shakes off onto the ground as the last creature falls. With that, we exit our first bout of combat in the Dragon's Reach sewers, and we must go to bed. We must
Yes,
end for
yeah.
tonight. Good job, everyone. Good
Twitch
work.
it.
With that being said, thank you all for joining us. We got center on around the table because we are officially out of time, and I know people need to go to bed. So we'll send it to the two tired people, the two people who have to work in the morning. We'll start with River.
Hi, that's me. You can find me over at twitch.tv/WickedRiver97. I'm still on a break. Don't know how long that'll last, but we're figuring it out. Yeah, that's me. Punk.
Hello. Sorry, I was working a convention this weekend. I am also dead as fuck. My name is Punkyard Dog. I play Rainfall Corey. You can find me on Twitch, Instagram, Blue Sky, occasionally Twitter. Yeah, I know you did! What's up? But say you worked a tattoo, the cooler version.
Excuse me.
You worked the cooler version.
Why does bro sound like me whenever we reach the end of an episode of Bears?
Bruh. What do you mean?
Dead.
Oh, fuck you. Yeah, I guess. I'm glad you had fun. I'm glad your partner had fun, River. Fuck yeah, high fives. Oh, we're across the way.
Yay.
Yeah. I didn't realize you'd worked it. That's my bad. I thought you were a spectator and having fun. Like, free-minded fun. You know what I mean?
No, I worked I was the front of house. I did all
I see.
bringing customers in and booking and all of that
Got
kind
you.
of book stuff. Me and my roommate helped out all weekend.
Gotcha. Alright. That's me, Jfrost.
Hi, everybody. Twitch, Twitter, JFrost. Find me here every Sunday for this lovely campaign, every other Tuesday for our Rascals in Ravnica, and hopefully by November 2nd, we're back to our Saved by the Spell campaign. Go, Joe.
Hi, I'm Joe. I'm the third person who has to get up early tomorrow.
Satoru Gojo.
Much like, nope, not saying that. I was gonna say something very spoilery.
Yo.
Hey YouTube. Go ahead and like, share, subscribe, ring the bell for the to be notified about YouTube stuff. Siege, save me.
I'm the CG. You can find me on Good Beans D&D shit. As previously mentioned, Rascals in Ravnica, Saved by the Spell, this wonderful campaign, and coming soon in December, the return of Festa Fantasy.
Let's go!
Woo!
Heck yeah. Tart.
Hello, it is me, the one and only Pudding Pastry, your host and DM for the evening. I'm not going to waste your time. You can see me next stream on Tuesday, because I think we're going back to Rascals this week. No.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
This is our Rascals week, and our DM confirmed that we are doing Rascals stuff.
Great. Excellent. I know he was a little up in the air for a minute, so I had to confirm. But it sounds like you confirmed for me, so excellent. So, next stream, Tuesday, Rascals, brother. With that being said, I'm going to send y'all out of here. We're going to go raid Tiki.
Tiki.
The troll.
Nerd.
Go.
Call him
Show
nerd.
him some love. Let him know who sent you. We'll be back next week with more War of the Shattered Sun, Exilia Regalia, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for hanging out. Thank you all for sending your love, as always. Thank you for the raids. We appreciate you. We are now in the span of this game where I mentioned it before. We are doing a little bit of time change. We're going to be starting half an hour earlier for the rest of this campaign. That is just to try to get in as much content, as much game into each session as we possibly can. So, if you didn't know already, hello, surprise. Stream time will be 7 p.m. EDT for the remainder of this campaign. And then, depending on how that works, we'll see what happens after that. But, thank you all for joining us. Go show Tiki some love. And remember, as always, Black Lives Matter. Trans rights are human rights. You are loved. You are valid. And most importantly, you fucking matter. We love you all. And we'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Adios.